Well, hello. I guess we're ready to start. What's up, Leo? Two Turtle Tom. We are early today. Not 2 p.m., but I'll take it. Yeah, definitely not 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Was
Pork Slinger.
Was there time? What?
He's a butcher,
Oh,
I believe,
of only pork.
if I remember correctly. Leo, what's going on? What's new? What's your 84 questions for today, my friend? Let's start getting them out of the way early. I approve of getting earlier as opposed to getting later. As someone who likes sleep, we're probably gonna go late as well,
You're
depending
really
on
screwed today.
depending on how this goes.
Starting early, ending late.
DK, hello. And depending on how we feel, because all three of us are sick today.
I told him to start at 2. Well, I didn't have very much power, did I? Because it's 3:34.
We never said anything about starting at 2.
Where did 2 come from?
I don't know. You know, who knows Leo? He's drunk again.
I was gonna say.
It was 86 questions. Used to be I have a barbecue trailer now. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Where are you? You're not here, huh?
No.
You're far away. Damn it. I'd come try your barbecue.
I want to say over on the east somewhere, but again.
Oh, way over there, huh? Yes, thank you. All 3 of you or 4 of you hit the like button.
There's 15 here already.
Oh, are there?
Yeah.
Oh,
She said no one is going to
I
be
see.
here because we're early. And I said, if you build it, they will come.
That's not what he said. That's
Too early to
false.
drink, maybe 5 p.m. PA.
Good for
I
you.
almost said PA. But
Well,
I thought I was wrong.
He should drive that drive that on over here. Have some barbecue.
I've got proof messenger. I don't know anyone who said 2.
I never said anything about 2. I know that.
Davo, what's
You
going
are
on?
here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello from the other side. I'm like going down a marketplace spiral black hole today. I don't know what my deal is. I can't stay off of it.
Today?
Really today. Like all the time, but today in particular, I'm like, I don't know. It's just
You're really quiet.
There's lots of good stuff this time of year. People are like getting rid of stuff and it's the holidays, so they're feeling generous so you can like reasonably lowball them. I'm not a real lowballer though. I don't really do that to people because I hate when people do that to me. Don't be one of those people.
Zen, hello, says
Hey,
half
Zen.
lurking until other streams are over. Yep, Stephen P is still going, so go watch that stream for another half hour. I messaged him earlier and I said sorry, but I think we're gonna go early today.
No, it's cool if they'll if everyone stays there.
You know, he's obviously a very nice guy and didn't care.
Extremely. Yeah, that would be about the right time for brisket. By the time you get here, should be perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I'm horrible at that. I have messages and I'm like, sometimes I go through them because I'm like, oh my God, everyone's going to hate me. And I really see how many I miss and I feel bad. But clearly I don't feel bad enough to check them that often. I don't know. I don't know.
Leo messages you and then you don't answer, and then he messages me the same question that he asked you.
Smart. He's like, I'm going to get an answer.
It's 11:36 in Scotland. Well, welcome, Braveheart. You were Braveheart, man.
Hi, Braveheart.
Hi, Braveheart.
How's the weather in Scotland right now?
It's raining and 50 degrees.
Okay.
Just like every other day of the year.
Well, you never know.
How long did it take her to reply to you? I was the one that didn't reply to her for a couple days. Just picked up a pair of keyholes for the first time.
Who did?
Pork Slinger.
Oh, Pork Slinger, you did? We have a couple of them right now. I've had so many, and I just am never disappointed with keyhole cichlids. They're great. Plus, they do look cool when they start to get older. They kind of get a little bit of a yellow cast, and their eyes will go like orange. So they're not like devoid of all color. Some people are like, oh, they're so boring. Well,
Corey Dora doesn't watch our videos. Says, curious, have you used the Aquarium Co-op Easy Fry food in the past? And if so, do you still use it with Magic Small Fish food? And have you found a big difference between the two? Yes, 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 yes to every single one of your questions. I find the small fish feed
That's good for fry.
is the magic small fish feed. Wait, where'd the question go?
Curious if you have the easy fry food.
So the magic small fish feed lingers in the water column a lot better than the other one.
Yeah.
The other one sinks, whereas the magic kind of floats.
Mm-hmm.
It does make its way to the bottom.
Eventually, yeah.
It's also quite a bit smaller, and it's much more consistent. Every single granule is the same size, whereas the other one it kind of varies. But I like both of them. I don't have a favorite. I think they're both awesome for different reasons. I think the magic small fish food,
It's so hard
yeah,
to
it's
remember. Well,
it.
because of what it was before, I keep wanting to say
I think
that.
it's really good for sand sifters. So like
Oh, it's so good.
Doras,
So good.
all the
Geophagus.
sand sifting cichlids,
Bolivian rams love it.
anything
Like,
that rummages through, because eventually,
yeah,
as it's floating around in its cloud,
it
it will
sinks.
settle on the substrate and give those types of fish something to eat.
Plus, also, not all fish that are slightly larger process food the same way. Earth eaters, Geophagus being a good example of that. So you need
Ah,
different types of food. What?
raining in 42. That was pretty
You were a
close.
little bit off there.
That was pretty close.
You're a little bit off. Sat Kings, are you making fun? Because I wouldn't blame you. Been away for a few months, missed a lot, I see. Hope all is well. How long's a few months? Just like 3? Or
A few is 2.
a few is 3, a couple is 2. A
A,
couple is 2, a few is 3 or 4.
a triple is 3.
Stop it. You're going to make me so
A
mad.
tray is
Don't
3.
come for me on grammar and like that's not quite grammar, but we're going to lump it in with
Wait,
that.
are we quiet? I'm on my laptop, so I have sketchy audio, but it's extra quiet, and Chelsea's even quieter.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
she's always quiet.
Yeah, we also both have a cold, so like we probably sound funny. I think I
There.
sound funny.
I just cranked it up to 11. If we need to go
That shit
louder,
up. Oh
we
yeah,
can
I'm
go
almost
louder.
red. And I'm not even talking loud. My favorite geo is are we talking just Geophagus or Gymnogeophagus? Because that might change my answer. Straight Geophagus, Aspheni. I hate to be like, I feel like that's very basic now. But there's no better earth eater to me that has better color payoff, size, temperament. They
You're
just
still
have it all.
quiet.
They have it all.
Bring that up a little.
Oh, I thought I needed to go down.
It's technically supposed to be in front of your mouth, but I
Oh.
hate the way.
It looks weird when it's in front of my
Yeah,
mouth.
when we're like this,
You can't like smack myself in the face. Yummy. 6 is a half dozen. That is correct. A baker's dozen is 13. So, yeah.
How many feet is a fathom?
I forget.
It's 1 bob.
You didn't know that a fortnight was 2 weeks.
Yes, I did.
I
said, "Isn't a fortnight 2
No,
weeks?"
you
and
didn't.
you said yes.
No. Was that really how it went down? Okay.
One of the times I asked.
Yeah.
It was probably after the
The
time.
second
Yeah.
or third time.
Mm-hmm.
A few times.
I just thought it
later.
was a terrible video game that all the idiot kids played. I didn't know it was a
It's a
unit of time.
Doo.
Edward, what's up, buddy? He says, "Shuck 'em up."
Oh, of course. Happy Cyber Monday. That's funny. Happy Cyber Monday to you.
Speaking of Cyber Monday, you see Cyber Steen scrolling across the middle of your screen there. If I haven't annoyed you enough with all my spam today across social media, 15% off the wet spot
That's a
today
really good
only.
deal. I would have been bummed if, as a consumer, as I used to be, I would have been very bummed out to miss out on 15% off.
Here's why I love the wet spot, and you as well. They also have their own 15% off discount code for their followers.
They do.
And they were kind enough to give us one because our code is normally 10% off.
They're so supportive.
Every other store, we still have our discount code of 10% off or 5% off, but then they're running their like 20% off cyber. So it's like no one's using our code. So
I'll just take this time to say that every single person at the wet spot we just really enjoy. They're all such nice people.
They're very nice to
owners are nice,
of us
employees
and
are
us.
Yes, everybody is great. So thank you guys.
Here's the
Always.
first super chat of the night. Happy Cyber Monday. Growing live Shagnum peat moss, sphagnum peat moss, as a biological and pH lowering at the surface level is oof, I butchered this whole
Happy Cyber
sentence.
Monday. Growing live sphagnum peat moss as a biological and pH lowering. The surface level is at the
At
surface
the
level.
surface.
Take care of each other.
We haven't got a lot of sleep lately, so
Yeah, it's been a weird few days for sure. Very strange.
what do you think of rosy boas? This one's
I
for
like rosy
you.
boas. I really do like rosy boas. I
Are
might
those the ones that have like the shimmering?
they do. All
Which one are
boas
those?
have
Like the rainbow
yeah,
shimmer.
the Brazilian. No, is it the no? It's not the rosy boa. They do shine though. They do have an iridescence and a shimmer, but not the one you're thinking of. Why I can't remember right now.
Rosy boa.
Yeah, look up a rosy boa. See, so
Hmm.
cute. They remind me kind of Kenyan sand boas, like with their shape.
Well, look who it is, Mr. Clint.
Oh, I love Clint. But I think it's they're not hard to care for. My neighbor had one, so they're not hard to care for. They get a really reasonable size. They're very very cool. I would take one if somebody like gave one to me. I would take it. I probably wouldn't seek it out because of what you have to feed them, and I just can't. I can't do it yet. Maybe I'll break down one day, but I can't.
This one's got some pretty nice
What? But yeah, I think that's cool. Rosy boas are great.
coloration.
There we go. Rainbow. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Rainbow.
This is not the
boa.
one I was thinking
Well, I was
of.
like
Though.
Brazilian, and then I just stopped. Rainbow boa. That's where I was going with that. But that is the one. It's crazy, glows iridescent rainbows in the sunshine. Sunbeam snakes are
Sunbeam. That's the one.
sunbeam snakes are very pretty. I didn't know that's. I thought you meant a boa specifically.
Well, I thought it was a boa.
No, sunbeams are unreal. They don't look like real life. But they're not the easiest to take care of. They have a lot of times people can't get them to eat. So they're one of those. They're like ball pythons, but worse and hog.
This is not Photoshop, but this is definitely taking advantage of creative lighting.
Yeah.
So it's still a little dramatic, but
when you actually
this is no Photoshop on this.
No,
one.
that's real. That I've seen on them in real life, and that's what they look like. No joke. Like they look that.
And it says, hello everyone, my order from the Wet Spot ships tomorrow.
Oh,
Thank you. So excited when people tell us what they
What
get
did
and
you
that they
get?
ordered.
Should I buy that African knife fish from the Wet Spot? It would be with a leopard tenopoma. Oh, you could totally do a knife fish with a tenopoma. The tenopomas stay high. Knife fish would stay low
Especially the
generally.
the African knife fish, because they only get like 12
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah, those would be really well suited. My tenopoma were both about 6-7 inches. They were the best fish.
I think they're in the new fish list here.
Really love leopard tenopoma. They're so well mannered for being
Maybe it was last week. Oh, here they are.
ambush predators, and they will eat anything they can get their mouth on. But it's reasonable.
They're not gonna get a leopard tenopoma.
Who?
These guys.
No, absolutely not. I don't even think they'd look at each other. I really don't. I think they'd completely ignore each other.
What I would buy right now, if I could, are these guys right here. I've wanted these for so long.
They're really nice.
I've never kept them, and they're very inexpensive.
I've never met a Latacara I didn't love. The Dorsegera is there too right now, right?
No, the other one is the
FNA cotton.
Atiquetta?
What?
Am I thinking of? No, Bimaculata.
Oh, if it was an Atiquetta, I'd be doing some ordering.
They might have it, but this is just the new list. So
I don't think they have Atiquetta. I haven't seen Atiquetta anywhere.
I'm talking about the other
Aticara. The Dorsegera. Yeah.
Love my hometown Wet Spot. I just don't have room for new fish.
God, that's the worst.
Jimmy, hi. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well back there in Marysville, Washington. Good to see you, my friend.
Ow. Wait, who did I miss? I'm sorry.
Rosy boas are criminally underrated.
Is that Jim High?
Jim High, yep.
That's funny. Tenopoma has a surprising amount of personality. Yeah, they do. Mine are hilarious.
Hold on.
Sorry. I thought that was funny. Okay.
Surprising amount of Tenopoma have a surprising amount of personality. They're more like a cichlid.
They're very,
as far as how they act.
They're very funny ambush predators. Like they're very nice ambush predators, which is usually not something that goes hand in hand. Like normally you have an ambush predator, it's not very nice. But these guys are so peaceful and calm. Like mine were never rambunctious. They just floated at the top and kind of kept an eye on things. Always stayed together. And they're two males. You can tell
Mm.
males, just anybody wants to sex leopard tenopoma, behind their gills, they have this like little plate. And if it's serrated, it's a male. If it's like smooth, it's a female. Super easy to tell. Very helpful.
Someone said I wish it was be free shipping.
It'll never be free shipping.
Never. I don't think shipping's
Never.
ever coming down. It's
No.
just going to keep getting more
No one's
expensive.
going to do that. Yeah, that would be a bad
But that
business
just means you
decision.
have to order like
A lot.
$5,000 worth of fish to
It's
make up for
fine.
that $60
And
shipping.
use our code.
If you buy $5,000 worth of fish, the
Hey,
shipping
I
is
want to know
basically
somebody
negligible.
who bought those hill streams from Moonlight. Anybody? Any of
Someone
you?
did just spend like $1,200
Any
on
of you people buy those hill
but
streams, the Bloody Marys?
someone's gonna have a fun breeding project.
Yeah, I think that's probably exactly what it's for. It's a lot.
It says I've never kept cichlids before and have electric blue Acara coming for my 75.
Nothing goes better in a 75-gallon tank than electric blue Acara. And
Here you go. You says my granddaughter wants a red snake for Christmas. She likes red. Any recommendations?
Yes, a milk snake.
My recommendation would not be buy animals based on color, but I understand.
No.
I completely understand.
My next question was going to be, how old is she? What are her parents involved? Like, how involved are they? How big of an enclosure? Because a milk snake, like what we have, so we have a hypo-tangerine Honduran milk snake. So she's very red, very orange red, but regular milk snakes are red too. They're really pretty. They get a very decent size. They don't have any high heat needs. They're relatively easy to care for. I never want to say they're easy because no animal is easy, but they're an easier species. So if you wanted like a 40 breeder, or a 75 would be great, but like a 40 breeder would be fine for a milk snake. They really come out at night. So
Mary Oliver says, I have a brown African knife fish, couple years now. It's about 8 inches. They grow slow, stay small, but give all the glory of its swim
so there you
habits.
go. Support of the African knife fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really cool combination, to be honest. A tenopoma and a knife fish. It's a good idea. I like it.
Picked up 10 CW004 and 20 CW217 from Moonlight. Should be sent soon.
As an annoying
Did you
young
use
person,
our discount code?
I'm required to tell you that I just did the thing. What did I do?
I don't know.
Honestly, like, I'm sure I do things like that all the time. Oh, for sure, no problem. I hope you enjoy your rosy boa. I think that's gonna be those are a really good one. And you used to see them all the time, like in the 80s and 90s, and now you never see them. They're never around anymore. So I think that's cool.
6 zebra loaches for 40 breeder. Good. Thanks.
What was that?
6 zebra loaches.
Mm,
They're kind of a bigger body species.
I'd say 75.
I would say if that's all you have in there and you don't have a lot of hardscape, it'd probably be okay. But that would be my bare minimum.
I think a 60 breeder or a 75 would be ideal, but you could get away with a 40 breeder for a while. I'm not I feel like people that are willing to have 40 breeders are generally either willing or get, lured into larger tanks. I feel like it's inevitable.
Ooh, like an oil slick. Yes, those snakes are
Yes,
like an
absolutely.
oil slick.
That is a really good. Who said that? That's a good analogy.
Way up here somewhere. I don't see it anymore.
Sorry, whoever said that. That was a good analogy.
Boots cats.
Oh, hey, haven't seen you for a while. I like how you just randomly pop in. The pop in. How to best treat dropsy in a fish tank recently. I had one of my gold. I am sorry to say that I have never successfully treated dropsy. Ever. No matter what I did. It's one of those things. I'm sure someone's done it. I'm sure people do it. But I have had bloat and dropsy are really... And I haven't dealt with it a lot, to be fair. But I feel like those are two that you just don't usually get them back from that, unfortunately. I don't have any... amazing advice. I don't know if you've ever been able to get past it.
I don't know that I've ever had dropsy.
I think I had it maybe once or twice. And I was like,
I know it's common in goldfish. My goldfish career was very short-lived.
Very common in goldfish. Carp in general get dropsy and bloat and all that crap. A lot of times because they're fed incorrectly. People want to feed fancy goldfish the same as they feed and treat them the same as they treat like a basic goldfish, and their needs are very different, and I don't think they explain that enough. They actually do better at higher temperatures than a regular carp, and they eat a little differently.
I like to point out, clearly there are people here for someone who was concerned that people wouldn't show up if we went
I was
early.
waiting to see if I got shit for that.
Oh boy, do I gotta do an intermission here?
You know?
60 people. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. We're going extra long today.
Yeah.
So at least give us a like. It's free.
My son and granddaughter are into aquarium and reptiles. Currently have a tokay gecko and a bearded dragon. 3 to 5 years. She's 14. I think she'd do well with the milk snake.
Mm-hmm.
14's a great age for that. If she was like 8, I might say, you know, for a young kid, like a little kid, I always want to say garter snakes, but like they're so fast compared to like a hognose would be a good one.
Well, the milk snake is so slow
Oh,
and
I
relaxed
love
and chilled.
she is probably my favorite snake just because of her personality. And they were like, when we got her from the store, they were like, she's very, she can get aggro and she's very unpredictable. And I was like, she has never, I think the first day I tried to get her out after being back, like home with us, she was a little freaked out. But then after that, every time I pick her up, she's fine. I'm like, I think you guys were coming at it wrong.
Any experience with Moanda jewel cichlids, not Tricana,
Oof.
also just jewel cichlids in general? Is my advice for jewel cichlids is don't get
No,
them.
don't get them.
Thinking about introducing 2 pairs into my
No,
225 Congo biotope with
they'll
5
ruin it.
puffers and 35
They'll
tetras.
destroy it. They'll beat the puffer's ass.
They're very angry fish.
They're angry fish. The only nice, and I say this every time, the only nice jewels I've ever seen are at the wet spot in a display tank they have with Severum, and I don't know how and why. They are the only jewels, and I'm sure they've had moments.
Probably because they're the smallest fish in the tank.
They are. The Severums are huge. The catfish are huge. But regardless, like I just jewels,
and there's no plants for them to destroy.
Jewels are the worst.
Jewels will destroy plants.
They're very pretty fish that are just. They are one that I will pigeonhole. I'll never even try them again because they've all been such dicks that I don't even want to deal with it. The rosy boas are hard to find here in Sweden. They cost over $370. Good lord. Feeling pretty excited. I found this one. Need a new home. That's the best too. Now I want to breed them. Yeah, that's a new home. Needing a new home is usually comes with a better price tag and probably an older animal, which I feel like is a good thing. You don't necessarily like.
Boots. Sorry.
It's okay.
I ruin your train of thought.
No, it's okay.
Bootscat says, I've never had success with dropsy either. I think most fish have organ damage by the time they get to that point.
I think with dropsy, by the time our eyes can see it, there is too much damage. I think that is a very, very well put
If
statement.
you like Honduran milks, you should look into black milks. Hands down, my favorite milk snake.
I just love a milk snake. King snakes, milk snakes, gopher snakes, colubrids in general. Such magical snakes.
Way better than pythons.
Way better. And
ball pythons.
Yeah, ball pythons.
Carpet pythons, still my favorite.
There's a lot of cool snakes out there, but I don't know. I just prefer the colubrids.
Got a pair of Epistogramma cockatoides, 2 red lizard whiptails, and some pygmy cories from the west spot last week. Cannot say enough good things about them, both the store and the fish.
That's what we always hear.
I do miss being just 3 hours away from them. You notice we used to go every 3 months, and we haven't been in a very long time.
We're an hour and a half plane ride, but we are a very far drive. I love red lizard whiptails. I had them. I really liked them.
They're really coming up in price. People need to start breeding them some more.
They're not. I feel like I've heard they're not easy to like raise the fry or something. There's something about them.
You just need lots of algae. What brand CO2 regulator would you recommend? So there's a lot of people that'll go and buy those $300 regulators. Honestly, I've had good luck with my Aquatics $60 Amazon CO2 regulator. If I was to get another one, that's what I would use today.
Oh, 6-year-old male. Perfect. Good luck on a quest for a female. Yeah, I wouldn't want to pay that much. I mean, they're great, but $370. Although I feel like all reptiles here are getting, even wild caught reptiles are getting so expensive.
Longsword says, thank you for answering my question. No problem. That's what we're here for.
Thank you for asking questions, like real questions.
We love questions.
Yeah, I feel like
it breaks the dead air.
We've started off strong here. It's like, I enjoy questions. Every question is a reasonable question, especially if you're new to the hobby. I've been answering questions on Facebook, not that anybody cares, but I see them get the dumbest advice. And so I'm like, I'm just going to say something because hopefully they'll listen to me and be successful.
Fries suck to raise if you work a full-time job. That's why I got to get cichlids and let them raise their own fry.
I was going to say. Yeah, you can keep. The only time I ever had trouble with my community spawning cichlids, when their fry would get to be free swimming, that's when they started getting picked off. They would do a really good job of defending them while they were wigglers and when they were still kind of swimming low. But when they're swimming openly, yikes, it's a free for all. Oh no. Yeah, that's sad. Rat snakes are also some of my favorite.
Hmm.
They're very beautiful. Many different types. God dang it, I keep doing that. Yeah, fry can be, I mean, if you're not prepared, and we've said this before, but like if you're not prepared to have a place to take the fry, you don't have a plan for them, you don't have a place to put them, you don't, it's best to just separate males and females. Like, or get, unfortunately, keeping pairs of fish can become a problem at that point because it's kind of sad unless you don't care. Me, I did get to the point like with crebensis where I was like, if you get eaten, you get eaten. If you get to the point where you're overcrowding my tank, you're gonna go. But they just survived if they survived. I just don't. The thing is about like lingo and the way I've never given a shit. I don't care now. I didn't care when I was young. I didn't care. Like, nothing ever bothers me. I was never like, oh my God, adults sound so stupid when I was younger. Never. I was like, I don't care what you say.
Why are jewel cichlids so expensive? Most
Not all
likely
of them
because of
are.
their size.
Like Turkanas, I got mine for $5 a piece. I know it was a few years ago, but
Specifically asking about the wet spot.
oh, at the wet spot.
They also get specific collection points there, which are going to be more expensive, which the standard hobbyist probably doesn't care, but anyone who's breeding or like a hardcore hobbyist always wants collection points. Um,
Oh my God, baby cribs are adorable. I've always said that. Cutest fry.
yeah, so the two they have listed right now have collection points, so that's probably why.
That's a very
And
pretty
also, they
fish.
are large sized.
It's a silver too. Those
So,
aren't common. Those are uncommon or like not rare, but they just don't see them all the time. So
and then
I like the Baba Yaga. I was like, I'm assuming you mean baby
large.
baby brine, but that's funny. First ever GBR wigglers. Congratulations.
These are probably my favorite. Only four in stock. Oof. But as you see, the large size, the large is always going to be more expensive. Pretty much ready to spawn shortly after you get them. So a lot of people like that. But again, I think mostly it's the collection point. Wild caught from West Africa is not an easy fish to get.
Mary, is this happening again? Remember what happened before? I think it's happening again. I convinced my husband to leave a chicken snake be when I told him they eat mice. It was so cool the way it was climbing up the wall of his shop. Good snakes as long as you don't have chickens. Oh, chicken snake. I've
I
never
don't know.
heard. I've no. Is that like a? It's got to be slang for a different type of snake. Is it like a gopher snake or something? Because they probably.
It's gotta be pretty big if it's
I'm
eating
trying to think of
chickens.
what would be able to. Looks like a type of gopher snake.
Hmm.
That must just be slang.
It's
Because
a rat snake.
oh, okay. That was the next. I was gonna say it's a gopher or a rat or
They must
something.
eat the eggs, or
Yeah, it's eating an egg right there.
yeah.
They just had one. Yeah, I didn't know that they. I've never like kept chickens myself, so never had to worry about snakes eating them.
Are live blackworms and snails a healthy diet for Congo spotted puffers? Should I try to introduce commercial food?
No, I would just feed them
Thank
that.
you. Yeah,
That's a good way to do it. They let ours bloodworms and snails.
they pretty much only eat inverts in the
Hmm.
wild. So
They're not munching on anything else. Although I will say, our POW ABI that Mountaintop has now and the Spotted Congos, both of them, both sets, they ate bug bites before. I've watched them nibble on bug bites. They wouldn't eat it regularly. I don't think it was really, it's more or less because it was dropping and they were curious, but they've done it a few times and kind of given it a whirl.
yeah, my Mabu puffer ate rapashi.
Yeah. Rapashi is another one that a lot of animals that don't normally eat anything but live protein or frozen protein, they'll go for Rapashi.
I'm starting a heavily planted 80-gallon tank. I plan to keep tetras, etc., in it, but also some apistos. Do you think it is wise to stick to a single pair or multiple?
In an 80-gallon, you can have a couple pairs in
Mm-hmm.
there. I wouldn't overdo it because I think it's cool when they are comfortable and have their own little areas, but I'd put a lot of schooling or shoaling fish and then
I'd be
those two
very
pairs.
comfortable putting like 6 in an 80-gallon.
Yeah, I
No
would.
problem.
I like them. I am very weird about that kind of stuff, though. So I'm sure you could, but I would only do two. My mom wants me on the lawn with a lawnmower.
You don't see like community Episto tanks very often.
Mm-mm.
My first one was probably 8 years ago, where a local guy was keeping 6 different species in like a 125, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty dang cool.
Up here in Canada, my chickens worry less about snakes and more about hawks, eagles, and wolverine. We don't have wolverine that I'm aware of here, we don't in the Sacramento area, but we worry way more about hawks and different types of birds of prey. We have a lot of birds of prey here. We have what are they called? Vultures, and they're really cool. They're huge. I've seen one like on the ground, and they're crazy big.
I know very little about snakes, but enough to keep him from hurting a good one. There you go.
Yeah, good snakes are a gift. They don't do anything bad to anybody.
Boy, Leo been messaging me all day to start early, and then he doesn't even stick around. Thanks, Leo. Kids saying "skibbity riz no cap" is dumb. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I don't think they say that really anymore either. It goes by so. That's the thing is, I've never seen a generation with more lingo that goes by quickly. Like when we had
We said the
slang.
same thing for like 2 grades,
What? Yeah, totally. That's what I was just getting to.
and now it's stuff you can't even say anymore.
It's the same shit I say now. Like, dude. I remember it drove my mom hated dude. She's like, I'm not a guy, and I'm like, so that's not the point.
Noah, I would do same species.
Yeah, the condors are gnarly.
Unless you need a large tank for each species to have their own territory. So in an 80, I would do 6, but I would do same species. You skip my questions, typical. Well, that's not
What?
true at all.
What question did you ask?
You were probably just busy watching
You
football
make
or something.
statements a lot, and then how we can't answer your statements.
Our chickens have to worry about coyotes, raccoons, and other crazy border collies, and our crazy border collies.
Yeah, freaking border.
What kind of
collies.
chickens do you have? Do you hatch them out ever? Or are they
God.
just egg layers? What?
Nothing.
I want some chickens.
I knew. I don't want to deal with chickens.
You never did before, so why would you have two now?
I don't want them in this small yard. It's not right. There's enough poop back there.
I think there are buzzards in the west and vultures in the east.
Oh, I've never called them a buzzard. I always called them vultures. Border collies are extremely athletic as well, which can also lend to, and they're working dogs, so they are task-minded.
Oh yeah, he wanted to know about nematodes for his bioactive enclosure, probably to kill
Oh.
his fungus gnats.
Oh, nematodes. Leo.
You go down some crazy rabbit holes, my friend.
Nematodes, dude.
What's wrong with fungus gnats, anyways?
Here's the deal. They're annoying. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just annoying. What I would do if it were me and I had which I have had a fungus gnat problem, what I had to do was basically fly strips outside, and you open the tank and you let them out, and you just let the fly strips get them, and then you get different substrate because clearly your substrate is infested. And I've had to do it before where you remove all the substrate and then replace it because you don't know how many more are in there.
I would just take the gecko out and put the whole enclosure outside.
What tank is it in? Did he say? Because it depends. What if it's a big tank?
It's just a 18 by 18 by 24.
Oh, that's it? Then yeah, take it outside. You can lift that up. I thought it was a big tank for some reason. And I was like, oh, you can open it. Because mine was in a big tank. So.
I used to keep purebred poultry. I saw your chickens, Bob. They were super healthy, and I think you had Jersey Giants or what were they? Gigantic? What were those giant chickens?
Gigantes?
Gigante or Gigante or something like that.
That's just their common name.
They're velociraptors.
Well, I like those chickens, but
yeah, those are the only ones I want. They're not big egg producers, but
Indian
we don't
giant,
eat them.
Indio Gigante.
Yeah, Indio Gigante. Check these guys out. These are super cool. How
Oh my
big
god,
they
you
are.
have ermines, and that's crazy. Yeah, they're huge. They're really like cool though. They're very mild mannered for being big.
Hmm. They come up like almost to my waist when they're like stretching out.
Oh, you had California quail, the coolest quail.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
They got the little mohawk thing on them.
Most toxic aspect of the hobby. The only thing that I can think of about fish
Ooh, wait, what's
keeping,
a? You got to read the question.
Silent said most toxic aspect of the hobby, asking, and I'm saying what I think is it has nothing to do with the hobby. Well, it does and it doesn't. Like you get people either like the really, I hate to say it, but like the really old timers that are very negative and harsh and critical of people that are newer to the hobby or don't do things the same way or have adopted maybe a different way of doing things. I think that makes people really frustrated and not want to stay in the hobby, or they feel like they can't get good advice. But I also think that like the social media aspect is the worst part of the hobby, which is, obviously what we do. But I just see so much negativity and people just like, people are so brave behind a computer. It's always been like that. So social media, same thing. People are very bold and they say a lot of stuff. And I'm like, who are you? I don't know. I think that's the worst part. But about actually fish keeping, there's nothing toxic about fish keeping itself. Just the culture, like anything else. Yeah, misinformation, people who are there's no like, if they tell you it's the only way, they're,
I would never listen to someone that says this is the only way. Like
mm-mm.
someone who was just mentioned says my way is the only way, and that's when
Yeah.
I had to cut the cord on that one.
Yeah, it's a little
Um,
frustrating.
like most hobbies, there's many ways to be successful for doing the same thing, and there's a lot of negativity these days. Everyone's always angry,
Yeah, it's haters
and
everywhere.
you can't really blame them because that's the way they're being led. But some are just over the top. We don't really see the fish police so much anymore. Um, Thankfully, since there's not forums, or they're not as popular, in the few forums that are out there, like the co-op forums, are very heavily moderated. So you don't really run into fish police that much anymore. But um, the worst part of this hobby for me, though, is creators. Definitely. Um, I'm not saying that all creators are bad, obviously, but there are creators that take advantage of their followers, and it's very disappointing to see that.
The abuse you is what I was going to say next. So I'm glad you said that, because the unrealistic bullshit that goes on with like the Florida fish people, just I say that meaning like a faction of people. It can obviously be outside of Florida, but that mentality of
Holy
like
chicken, Batman. That
you're
is correct.
you're treating fish like props and like they're not
Okay.
real, and fish, whatever that one was
Like I
called.
built a fish roller
That
coaster.
one, that kind of shit that I'm like, you have a platform where people are watching you and that's what you're gonna perpetuate. You're gross. It's gross.
Okay, here I found a good picture of one with an adult. So they're I don't know how tall this guy is, but clearly that,
It's a big chicken.
it's a very big chicken. Not big egg layers though, but they'd lay enough for us, for a small little family like us.
Yeah, the abuse is everywhere. The ignorance is everywhere. I mean, that's, you have to really know how to weed out the people you shouldn't be listening to, and that can be hard for people that are new to the hobby. They don't know. They think they're getting good advice. All these people follow them. You
It's
have millions of followers. I should trust you.
every time I see a YouTuber start selling plants, and this is not like every, I'm saying like 90+% of the time, because plants are ridiculously cheap. So everyone gets into plants thinking they're going to make $1 billion. And all they do is sell immerse plants. They flip them as fast as they get them. People that have been led by these people don't know any better. They buy them, their plants die because they obviously die back. And then, well, they buy more. They're like, oh, I did something wrong. I'm going to buy more plants. And it's like, no, that's not, you're not. It's people, it's just resellers not setting people up for success, and that's what bothers me.
Oh, I remember in Garage Gills, yes, keyboard warriors. I remember in high school when AIM like was a big thing. That was a big thing for my high school people and the people that I knew. And they'd talk all kinds of shit and just like, I'm gonna do this and that, and then I'd see it. And I'm one of those people that I'm like, I like it I'm like in real life, because I will say something to someone's face, and it was always so funny to see how people would act when you would say something like, I'm right here. Like, what did you have to say? They won't say a goddamn word. So
Amy says, Bob, have you decided on rainbows versus Tanganykan stocking for your new tank? I'm looking forward to some inspiration either way.
no,
I am still
I
undecided.
knew it. Well, because you probably told me if you actually decided, I guess.
So I thought that well, here's my thinking. Here. So my tank doesn't have an overflow.
Mm.
And so my thought was if it had an overflow, I would do planted because then you're guaranteed to never get duckweed with an overflow.
Oh my god. Ugh.
However, it doesn't have an overflow, so if I make it planted, eventually I'm going to end up with duckweed. I'm going to be fighting that battle, and I don't know if I want to fight that battle. Which, if I did Tanganyikans, I would not fight that battle. So I don't know. I'm torn because it would be really cool to see a tank with like 100 Pseudomagills,
I really want
but I
that.
also haven't done Tanganyikans in a very long time. Ultimately, it's probably going to be Pseudomagills because I can buy them for $1, and Tanganyikans are very expensive. So unfortunately, it's probably not me that's going to decide. It's going to be my
Unless
wallet
someone
at when
gifts him a bunch of Tanganikins.
it's going to be dependent on the size of my wallet when it comes time to stock the tank.
So, in case anybody doesn't, which I don't know anybody other than a few of you would know, but my tank, my Eheim tank, is actually in our house and not set up, but like put in place. So I'm very excited.
Hey, Regina, hello.
Hey, how you doing? I'm really excited. It's gonna
Speaking
be
of forums, were you ever big into Monster Fish Keepers? No, because that place was one of the most toxic
whew, that
places.
place. Every now and then I would find a good thread where I actually was like, okay, that's helpful. I just needed to pick some information out that I actually, was relevant to me and it worked. But that is an awful, awful forum.
I was really big in planettank.net, or I think it was planettank.net, which is obviously just for plants. But they had plant profiles for like every species of plant you could ever want. And then they had like their buy sell, and you could buy so many plants for so cheap there. It was crazy.
The only one I ever really used, and I actually did find that there was some helpful info, was like fish lore. But I just, no one ever, I just figured it out myself. I know that I like to trial and error my life. So
Leslie says, when buying immersed plants, is it better just go ahead and cut it down to the roots and let it start over, or rather than allowing it to melt? I've been so tempted to do that. So you can do that with crypts, but I'd be very careful because if you clip them too low,
yeah,
they're not going to grow back.
unless you feel confident in where to
And
trim
then
them,
yeah, then
don't
you're
be
like, well, how
nervous.
low is too low? I can't help you with that. That just comes from experience because every single crypt is going to be
Yeah.
different.
You could
Um,
try it and see if it worked, and then you'll be experienced. You know what I mean? Like you'll know next
and
time.
there's also some crypts, the very few species that won't die off at all. Like I've never had crypt spiralis die off ever. Um, so there's no point to cut those. As far as other plants, like stem plants, I would not cut stem plants because obviously it's just gonna die. So those do have to
If
transition
yeah,
in real time. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it.
I kind of like watching stem plants transition because you watch the leaf spacing and patterning change. It's kind of cool.
And it's usually from the bottom up too,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
really
cool.
like my Kumbamba when I first got it was really spaced out far and looked kind of crappy, and then it started to get closer and closer together and more vibrant. And I love Kumbamba. I know a lot of people don't like it.
My favorite to watch is probably Laguidia lacustris, because they have these like big, thick leaves, and then when they transition, they're like it's a needle leaf Laguidia, which is pretty neat.
Well, Lily, you're blessed. That does not happen to most people. We have struggled with duckweed greatly.
Curtis, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy.
Hoping we have it under control now. Kev said, "Hey, me, my wife Sandy used to have anole lizards and enjoyed them. Are they a good beginner lizard or someone like me who never kept them?" So yes, I have a very wonderful anole.
Where is that comment at? I don't even see it.
I have a really like the best anole that you could possibly keep that I would recommend to beginners. And it is the Cuban false chameleon, but it is
It's not
actually an
gonna
anole.
be an anole like you think of an anole.
No,
It doesn't look like an anole
it's
at all.
way cooler than normal looking anoles. They're very slow moving. They are very similar to cresties in their care, although they do need UVB. But low heat, more like room temperature, maybe like an 80, 85-degree basking spot, which is really low. Very easy to feed, very like easy to handle if you ever want to handle them. They're very nice lizards. I've never had one do anything to try and harm me. They're a little. Our last one was a little persnickety, and even I just really enjoyed it because I thought he was funny. But Cuban false chameleons are my favorite.
I'm gonna show you what my next anole species here, and I know you were looking for a red snake, but I really love these guys, the Chilean anoles. This will be one of my next reptile projects for sure. Is going to be anoles because these guys, when they first came around, they were like $200. Now you can find them for around 50 if you're lucky, and they're just super cool, red, very red lizards, and I love them very much. So this would be my anole recommendation. But there's plenty of cool anoles out there. Not
Always,
really the best time of year to find a good variety of reptiles in general, but if you search hard enough, eventually you'll find one.
always worry that with dead leaves are going to rot and cause ammonia spike. I've never had that happen because they don't rot. I mean, they do, but leaves are like. Are you talking about like catappa leaves or? Because I've had them break down, but usually they just like absorb into nothing. Like I've never had one cause like a pile of like what happens when a plant rots and you get like a Nubius rot and it's like the nastiest thing ever. I've never experienced that with any type of leaf for an aquarium. But I could be
You won't
wrong.
get an ammonia spike, but you'll get a lot of organics and it'll lower your pH.
Oh,
So
for sure
that's what
it'll
you have
lower
to
your
be
pH,
careful about.
absolutely. But a lot of people
If
do that
it's
on
like one
purpose.
bunch plant or even a couple bunch plants and the leaves die off, it's not going to be anything. But if you like scaped a whole tank and it all dies off, your pH is probably going to drop if you're not doing water changes or keeping up with it.
Thought I'd never get rid of them. One day it just started dying. Heard that it could be from other plants. Yeah, if there's enough plants, some people have had luck with that, but not me. I just fed it to my goldfish for the longest time, but then we didn't have goldfish, and it was like, ah, shit.
I've never seen a red anole. There are so many beautiful species. People think of anoles and they just think of the $5 anole at Petco.
Look at blue beauty anole. My
There's
God.
so many like just
Cuban night anole.
beautiful species of anoles out there. Now, anoles get up there in price real fast once you start getting outside of like the Cubans and the commons. They can be $300-$400 a piece.
Oh,
So
you meant the immersed plants. And yes, that could, I mean, if you have too much, but I wouldn't imagine that it would be that exponential that you would get an ammonia spike.
Mountain Greenery, hello. Silent says, most recommended first lizard. Don't want a spastic reptile. I will give you mine, and I just think
Who
it's a
said
good
that?
old fashioned silent. I think it's a good old fashioned crested gecko. You don't need special lighting. You don't need heat. They're room temperature, and they don't need UVA, UVB. Super easy to keep. They're slow moving. You can play like the ladder game. So you basically do this, and they'll just jump from hand to hand. It's very cool. They won't run away. If you put them on your shoulder, they'll generally just like for me, when I put them on my shoulder, they'd crawl up and just sit on the top of my hat somewhere and just chill there. That would be mine. One of the common ones you see a lot that I wouldn't recommend is a bearded dragon. But I don't know if you have any thoughts on beginner recommendations.
A Cuban false chameleon.
Again,
Yeah, I just think I would say, the only reason I don't say Schneider skinks, and I 100% would, if they didn't need such high heat, their basking spots are like 120, and I know that's a lot for people, but so are beardies, and they push beardies. So I would say if you're willing to do high heat, then a Schneider skink. If you want to keep it more of like a tropical situation, then false chameleon. They're both solid lizards, very nice, well behaved. Any skink really though, except for the really big ones. Skinks are just good lizards.
Kenny says, I'm not very handsome. I'd be perfectly
What?
cool with a lizard or snake I can put in an enclosure and just watch it. I'm pretty sure that's an autocorrect for hands on.
I was like, that doesn't make
That's
any
Curtis.
sense.
Where are you at, man? You're missing it. You're missing it.
I
You
was
could,
gonna say your bro's effing up, man.
as the kids say, you could riz them for that.
Oh Jesus Christ. My daughter is set on getting a tarantula. I was thinking of an arboreal species. Do you have any suggestions? First time arachnid keepers. They're not fully arboreal, but the jewels here. Oh, well, I guess you could pull it up if you wouldn't mind. I want to see.
Are you telling me what
Did
to
you
look
want?
up?
I just wanted to know if you wanted like a scientific name or just
What?
look up Brazilian jewel tarantula. And I don't know. I didn't know their scientific name.
There you go.
So
Wow.
they are beautiful. They're really, really pretty.
I kind of want one.
They're not the easiest tarantula.
What
They're
is
not
this?
difficult though, from what I understand. Another one would be like the rose hair tarantulas are good, but these guys are arboreal, but they will also climb on the ground. A lot of arboreal species.
Or are they just walking on the ground?
No, they're climbing on the
Oh,
ground.
interesting.
Um, they also so something about these guys that's pretty cool is
Their
they do,
colors?
other than the way they look,
Oh,
they do trapdoors, which I think any spider that builds a trapdoor is so freaking cool. Not everybody wants an actual trapdoor spider, so yeah, I think that's a really really awesome one. They are not the cheapest either. I don't know if you're, but like the rose hairs, those would be another good one.
okay. This is what I was talking about the other day because somebody who said that, I think it was Bootscat, says I love skinks. This is probably on my next to keep skink. Skink are the sun skinks. I love the idea of doing like an arid forest type enclosure with a bunch of leaf litter. And there's not very many videos on them, but if we watch them,
That person was very excited about her sun skinks.
because they had babies.
Oh yeah, I'd
So
be
if we
excited.
watch here, they don't eat their babies like a lot of species. So they're just all in here in the same tank, community spawning, if you will. And I don't know, I just think they're very cool, and they're one of the inexpensive skinks too. There's a lot of skinks in that $15 range that people just gloss over because they're
Just
fifteen
a lot of them
dollars.
are wild caught, unfortunately, but they are very easy to care for. Not They don't suffer in
Eutropis
captivity.
multifasciata.
Another vote for the pinks. Yeah, the tarantulas for first time. I just love those Brazilian jewels. I'm trying to force them on somebody else. My jumping spider's giant. She's a honker. She's one of the larger ones that I've kept. She's just a Phidippus regius too. She's
And
nothing crazy, but she's a
we'll
big
give a
girl.
shout out to Skinkology. Thanks for the video.
Thank you,
That's a
Skinkology.
good name,
It is.
Skinkology.
No, I like it. Shh. Come here. Come here. No.
Okay, now it
Skipping?
seems to have stopped. What stopped?
That's not good.
Not so much buffering as just skipping. Oh, very nice.
No. Oh, he's gonna get in trouble. I'm not dealing with the repercussions.
Holy moly, that's a beautiful tarantula. Not sure my granddaughter's mom would like that. She has phobia. Then again,
Minimum tank size for a full-grown pair of blue Galaris 40 breeder. I want emerald tree skinks. That's going to take some time for saving up. So you want to know something funny? I had the most I ever had at one time was 7 emerald tree skinks. That was probably like 5 years ago. And I paid $30 and $50 for each of them. Under $50 for every single one of them. And now when I look at them, I am blown away by how much they're starting to charge for them. But we four left. I have a male and 3 females from my original colony of 7, and they are very. Only my male likes to be held. He has always been the only one who wants anything to do with me, but that's fine. And they are some of the most rewarding, enjoyable animals I've ever kept. I adore them. I will be devastated when I don't I love them dearly. They're magical little lizards. They actually had babies, and the babies, they hatched out. We didn't even know it. One of them was gone. I didn't even see it. It didn't make it. And then the other one just failed to thrive. It was so sad. It wouldn't eat. There was nothing. I was trying everything. It just wasn't meant to be, but I'm hoping they can do it again because they lay eggs all the time. I just don't do anything with
we
them.
probably had a internet service interruption. I'm
Oh,
sure.
cool.
Doesn't seem to be buffering anymore. I think we're good.
Yeah, Clint did Clint's video on. I love all Clint's stuff. I always have. So he did a great video on those a long time ago, and he's kept them too. They're really as like Disney as they make them out to be. They really are. Like my male used to insist on coming out. He still does sometimes. He'll jump at the front, and he would sit with me because I worked from home. He'd sit with me for like hours and just sit in my pocket of my shirt or go inside like the collar of my shirt up against my skin and just lay there. It was pretty Disney-esque.
Still experiencing skipping with the sound. Hopefully it corrects
I
because
don't
we are
know.
now back to getting 500 upload.
We are so, you are really being extra right. Oh, Braxton. It's always you.
There's also olive tree skinks, which are pretty
Ooh, yeah,
cool.
and the black
Black
tree
tree
skinks.
skinks.
Clint Cliff, I know who you're talking about. I knew. He probably is one of my, if not my favorite reptile YouTuber.
Kev, you're probably gone, but thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy, have a
For
good
anyone
night.
who's joined us lately, please hit the like button and go buy fish.
Clint is
Cyberstein, 50% off.
a neon
Wet spot
spider.
tropical
My
fish.
oldest kid now wants a neon spider. Yeah, they're pretty sweet, huh? You could get them a scorpion, and those are, they glow in the dark.
Hey, we've gotten
Bioluminescence.
2 sales.
Whoo! What
Ching,
did you
ching.
guys buy anything? What'd you get?
It doesn't tell us
I'm
what they
asking.
bought, but yeah.
If anybody here bought anything, tell us. I feel like you would, though. I feel like people would if they did. Spiders are so great to keep because even the more difficult spider, like I would never tell anybody go get an OBT, but I still really like them. But still, they're easier than a lot of other animals. It can be hard, but spiders usually make it easy. Yes, they are like potatoes. Let me tell you why they're not very fun to have because I've had a northern and I loved him. He was a rescue, but they're not very ergonomic. So handling them is very awkward and you feel like you're going to hurt them. And a lot of times northerns are more expensive and not hard to come by, but a little bit harder to come by unless you seek them out. Like at Petco's, they get the Easterns all the time, like the Indians, but there are so many better skinks to keep because you also need a big ass tank for like at least I would say for at least a 5-foot tank, really, because they get up to like almost 3 feet long. Mine was really big. They need a lot of space, and people don't give them enough space, and it's sad. When I got mine, he was full grown. They had him in a 40 breeder. I was like, you guys are pieces of shit.
Captive bred emerald tree skinks, $300.
Yeah, I mean, and for captive bred, I get it, but we're trying to we want people buying captive bred and to make them that much more expensive because I mean, even now though, for like a wild caught, it's like $150.
Wild caught
So
200.
yeah, see, oh my god, I got a discount on one from the owner of East Bay Bavarian, but the rest were $50.
The olive tree skinks are still 50.
Which I feel like that's just a location of a green tree skink, but whatever.
Well, they're not all green either, but
Yeah, we have Disticotas too, Kelsey. Candy's watching them for us right now, but I think right now I have 7 or 8 of them. Yeah, they're amazing. I wanted them for a really long time. When I finally got them, better than I even thought. Magical little fish.
Gifted to us by Dan's Fish.
Yes,
so
it was a present.
Thank you, Dan, still.
And they are just fantastic and worth every penny. I would say if you were even thinking about getting Disticotas to Kelsey, get them.
Leo says, Chelsea, you want a northern blue tongue? I know you would take care of it. He's a good little potato.
Lord.
Nobody wants a blue tongue skink. Leo, that's why we told you not to get one.
Yeah.
Alec, hello, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
If I were you, Leo, I would take it to the Serpentarium. That's what I would do with it, and they'll find it a good home. They probably give you some credit too, because they're nice about that kind of thing. I don't have room for a northern. I would need another. We already need 2 giant tanks to be built, and I'm just.
My daughter has an African fire skink. I love those as well. If those were arboreal, I would definitely keep them. Yeah, very beautiful skink. I love them a lot.
You're right, Zen. We should be discussing all the cool fish people could buy. Why are we talking about reptiles? Stop talking about reptiles, everybody.
Bought fish from the wet spot, called them up, and Ray said they could apply your code. Awesome.
They're so good. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it again. They don't have to do that kind of
Even
stuff.
though they're still answering the phone. Every time I go there, I tell them, stop
answering the phone.
I say, get rid of the phone.
They're so nice. I think that is the last. I bet you they do it because it really is the last bit of old school salesmanship to actually have somebody there answering the phone. That doesn't happen anymore.
Mon Lurker says, I want Distichotis to Gelsii, but no one has them because no one buys them. They're a $50 fish.
30.
And 30.
A lot. And you need 6 of them. So
every time Dan gets them or the wet spot gets them, they just sit and sit and sit because no one knows about them. We've made multiple videos about them.
No one wants to listen.
we're just a small channel, so we can't bring a lot of awareness to these rare species, but
Yeah, but you,
they do. They sit there for a very, very long time.
yeah, no one has them right now. The wet spot does get them regularly, though. They do get them regularly.
Mostly lurking, but back. Final formatting updates on the book. It's the last 2% of review, and just that takes
Dang.
forever. Getting close. Got to get it out before
So my
Christmas.
tank that I'm setting up, the Eheim tank, that is where the Disticotus will be going eventually. They will be in the West African tank, which will be that tank. So
I try to tell you they're boring, Leo.
they don't.
Just imagine if you got a bearded dragon, you'd really be. Bearded dragons are better than blue tongue
Yeah, I
skinks.
would
So.
take. Every time I would take a bearded dragon over a. They need this about the same size enclosure, 4-foot tank for a beardy, but for the blue tongues, you need giant enclosures that are like really low because they're not climbers. They'll climb like up on a log, but they don't climb. They could fall and hurt themselves. So
They are so busy with person shoppers. I can't believe they have a phone. It's a completely different facility.
they're in a
So,
warehouse, not even on the same area.
so
So
they have their warehouse and then they have a retail front, and the people that answer the phone are in the warehouse.
so they're not bombarded all the time, but they're still very busy, and they do not have a ton of people that can do
I need to
this.
talk to the West Spot about local pickup. I believe there's supposed to be an option on the
It's
website,
supposed to be.
but maybe I'm wrong. A lot of fish I want are online only. So when it says online only, that means that they're in the warehouse and not in the retail store.
hmm
And it creates a mess for them
They don't run fish
because
like for that kind of
they don't have
thing.
separate inventory, which I think they should. So, is there a way to either directly or indirectly buy fish bred by Dean? No, unless he's post them on Instagram. Um, no, I don't. I've
You can
never
go to the
seen
co-op.
him. I've never seen him ship fish.
You can go to the co-op, and they might have some fish
I
that
mean,
Dean
he's
running.
shipped for like friends and things like that. But I've never seen him
I can't
offer
imagine
fish for
him. I
sale
can't
and ship
imagine
them.
him ever wanting to deal with that. I don't know. He just
Unfortunately,
takes them to the co-op. Blue tongue skinks are so unfortunate looking. I like them. They don't do anything, and they need a lot of space, and they eat a lot, and you know,
they're like garbage disposals though. They'll eat anything.
yeah, they eat a lot of stuff. But people just want to feed them fucking cat and dog food, and I'm like, no, that's not what they eat. Okay, so we're talking about fish now. So let's talk about fish that the wet spot actually has in stock because, dude, you better not. That's all I have to say. Because I saw some cherisons that.
Steenfott, would you set up your Tanganyikan tank if I partially fund your fish starting with Liptosomas? Are you talking about Cyprichromis, maybe? I don't think I could be one of those people that are like, start a GoFundMe to fund to stock my fish tank type of deal. Now, if someone was breeding them and wanted to ship me some, that's a different story. But I don't know. I haven't sunk to the GoFundMe type level yet. I know that's not what you're saying, but I could feed a blue tongue primo cat food. It's true. You could literally feed them your leftovers from dinner and they would eat it and be fine. I would not.
be very...
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but like they are literal
they need
garbage
They
disposals.
do need rounded out diets though, and people don't want to give them that. That's what I'm saying. They give them just a can of cat food, and they need way more than they need live. They need a lot more than that.
Leo, you're stopping them from getting their affiliate money. What is Leo doing now?
We're not talking about fish because he keeps talking about reptiles.
Believe me, other people are asking about reptiles.
I love to talk reptiles, you guys, but right now, okay, I actually wanted to bring it up because the fish that I talked about last week, the chocolate neon tetra, the Hyphesibrycon Vilme, are at the wet spot right now. I'm like, amazing. I think people need to buy those. Those are like the most reasonably priced fish for how cool they are.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the chocolate neon tetra at the wet spot because we should be talking about fish that are actually viable. There was other cherisons that I saw that I was like, ooh, I'd buy that. Jelly bean tetras, very cool. Lapis tetra, very cool.
Leo, just bug Chelsea later, and then Bob when she ignores you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? Other than getting sick, yes.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that.
We had pizza for Thanksgiving, and we each made our own pie.
Yeah.
And it was very fun.
was a good time, and it was mellow, low key, which I enjoy. They've got the red cherries. Ooh, I like the Amapa Tetra. I'm just looking at all these cool Tetra they have for sale, and I'm like, I'd buy these. I'd buy a lot of these. Let's see what kind of cichlids they have.
You're aware of the state of Pam Chin's fish house? I have no idea what you're referring to. I don't
No,
know. I don't know what state her fish room is in. Fish
she's
house.
here. Pam's here.
I know, but I don't know the state.
Oh, I was like, she lives in California.
I don't think that's what he's
No,
talking
it's not.
about.
I'm joking. No, I don't like he I think he used to get the
I used to get
Amazonas.
Amazonas, but
I've never gotten
the
them.
guy was kind of douchey that owns it, so I canceled it out of spite. But I did like getting it. There's a lot of good stuff in it.
I will say that I have read online, albeit many, many good articles on that were through Amazonas about fish that was very
Hmm.
relevant to what I was looking for. And it was very helpful from people that I trust that they knew what they were talking about. So I think that it's good for that kind of stuff. But I've never, like, I'll just go online, you know?
I would just like to go on record that if you ever want to rehome your dogs, I would jump at the chance. They are very fun.
Yeah, they're busy bees.
Did you get anything special for Black Friday? Nope.
No. Well, no, we did not.
The special thing about Black Friday was not going anywhere,
Hmm.
not getting stuck in that mess.
Besides, now they have Cyber Monday, and so all Cyber Monday is the Black Friday deals extended one more day. That's it. I'm like, who cares? I got all weekend to do that shit.
It's being broken down. Joe, oh,
Oh,
Joe is doing it. Why? Is there a reason?
hmm.
Like, she getting out of the hobby, or
Strange. I wonder if there's like health issues or something going on.
me no shipping fish from. I bet you actually have them in Singapore. You can't find them here. There's only like a few places that even have them, if they even have them. The only place I know that has them is cichlidlovers.com, and I don't think they even have the species that I want. Um, they have species that I'd keep, but they're not on the top of my want list. I'm just double checking this. Yeah, we were looking here before. I do like the black bees, but that's not what I want. I've had Civichromas, Leptosoma, Utinta so many times throughout the years. I don't want those again. Um, and I don't like these parasips. They're
Mm.
not very colorful compared to the blue neons. So I don't know where else to get them. Maybe what's the other guy? Health problems and family maybe. Hmm.
Look who showed up.
Ross is a member again. Hello, buddy.
Look. Oh, I didn't even. Duh. Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Hmm.
Way to go, Ross. 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 Always want to do that. Yeah, no member stream tonight. We'll probably just go long on this one. Sorry, members. Any shit you have to talk, you must do it now. Oh, they fixed the bio wheels on these marine lands.
How?
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. They changed. She said they
I bought a
changed the housing.
they changed the housing a bit. I'm happy to report 3 days in, and the bio wheels haven't stopped spinning yet. Well, let's give it 3 months and see what happens.
But eyeballing Salvini cichlids, that can go either way, from what I understand. But I've never kept them, so I can't really speak on it that much. But with Oscars, it could. I mean, it could work.
YouTube does have this new feature that allows me to turn this stream into a member stream
Oh, interesting.
whenever I want and kick out all the
Wow,
civilians.
that's dirty.
Um, but yeah, that doesn't seem very nice to me, so that's why I haven't done it. At first, I was like excited for it because I was like, "Oh, I don't have to schedule 2 streams, make 2 thumbnails." Not to let's be honest, I'm not putting a lot of work into these thumbnails, anyways. But I was like, "Sweet, I can just switch it." And I was like, "I don't think that's a good look. Like, we're just gonna kick out everyone that doesn't give me money right now." I didn't like that. I didn't like
It's
that
pretty
aspect of
funny
it.
though. It's pretty funny. pretty good.
Sorry, what site was that? That's cichlidlovers.com. Make sure you put plural or it'll send you somewhere else. Cichlid lovers.
I let them stop in 5 hours. Jesus. I've never had a marine land penguin.
I just quit using the wheels. I just take them off from the start. Don't even take them out of the box.
I think that's what most people do, from what I understand. Because then with their pink flamingo Crips bio wheels that spin. Hello, Nancy.
What a braggart.
I know, really.
Just know who was asking about this website. He only ships air cargo. That is the downside.
Oh.
Which is not much of a downside for us because we're
No.
right next to the
The airport's
airport.
like so easy.
But when I was in Washington, that was like a 6-hour ordeal.
You have no idea what a blessing it is to be an easy drive away. And if you have not been through Sacramento's airport, it is a very easy airport in general. It is nothing like the god awful mess that was SeaTac. Ugh. CJ is the way to go. Follow the whale. Everybody's got their poison as far as filters go. So.
Again, just do what you like.
And do what
Buy
works.
what you like.
If you've had a fucking whatever that's lasted for 10 years and everybody else hates it, who cares? You got a good one. Like, it just comes down to like, it's like cars. People will say, well, this is a terrible car. And I'm like, well, I know people that probably have had a great time with that car and they just got lucky. But I mean, it happens.
You guys are ready for big fish. We don't keep big fish. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't, well, I mean, I guess I kind of keep big fish. What do you consider big? Because I do keep
Nothing
fish.
you keep.
They get up to like 10 inches. Those, what's it called? They're gonna get like probably like 8-9 inches, 7 to 10.
I wouldn't consider those like. So when I think of big fish, I think like monster fish.
Are you talking about like over a foot? My biggest fish I ever kept was my chocolate cichlid, and I think she was like 10 inches. She's a big girl, but she was a slow mover. Like she was just big, gentle giant. So I would love to have another chocolate cichlid.
I have a Penguin 350. Remember when you could buy a Penguin 350 for like $35? Those were the days.
You could buy a lot of stuff for
It works well, but the
$35.
silly bio wheels got trashed a couple years ago. Yep. I mean, bigger fish like 10 or 12.
I've kept 10-inch fish, but not 12-inch fish. Bigger fish, I guess. I call those medium fish. I think anything over like 12 to 14 inches, you're starting to get into big fish, but monsters, maybe like 16, 18 inches. God, I love crinums. I wish mine wouldn't have died when I moved to Washington.
There you go. That's what she did with them.
What?
Said, what did you do with the crinums?
Well,
It's just easier to ship air cargo. You get them working.
what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Leo, I'm convinced you've been drinking.
Yeah. Slow down, buddy.
I don't want to hear about it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So
he says you get them within 6 hours.
Oh, well,
it really depends because
I
if you
see
ship
what
to
you're saying.
SeaTac, you're not guaranteed. Like the plane could have landed, but you could still sit there for hours
You probably
until they're ready to actually do some work and get on a forklift and start moving pallets.
My Jaguar was 14. Yeah, Jags are monster fish.
I won't keep monster fish, but I'll keep big reptiles.
Who said that?
I just did.
Oh. Yeah, big reptiles are different though. Usually they're easier, I feel like. They just need a lot of space, but they're like the ones that I worry about the most are the emerald tree skinks because those little effers jump out of the tank and go run around the room. I've had to chase them down so many times, and they're fast little suckers. Not my male. He's perfect and wonderful. My females are little, like, idiots, though.
Especially the Southwest Air. I think I've only done Delta, and I'm not a fan of Delta. I'll never fly Delta, but I think Delta Air Cargo was how I got mine. But again, it's not Delta's fault if it takes forever. It's SeaTac's fault.
It's always SeaTac's fault, as far as I'm concerned.
It is the worst airport I've ever been to.
It's such shit. It's awful. Oh, you like the Chihuahuas?
Did you actually get one?
Let me tell you. You want another boring animal? Yeah,
Boring.
you want another really boring animal that does nothing? Get a
Crested
Chihuahua.
gecko is the only one
Yeah,
of the Caledonians that are not
I
boring.
would take, well, monkey tail skinks.
Those aren't New Caledonian.
Yeah, they are.
They're not. Well, I'm talking about
You're talking about like what?
Rhacodactylus.
Oh, Rhacodactylus. Rhacodactylus.
Rhacodactylus?
I like choked on the word. Um, yeah, don't get a Chihuahua gecko.
I think you already did.
Don't do it.
They're cool looking,
I'd
but they're
take a
boring.
gargoyle over a Chihuahua.
Gargoyles are cool, but
Yeah.
they don't do anything either.
No,
That's
they
why they're
don't.
called
But
gargoyles.
they're cheaper. Chihuahuas are expensive.
One of the reasons. Chihuahuas have come down to about 200.
They have?
Yeah.
Really? When did that happen?
Yep, they're getting pretty cheap. I can get them for 125 wholesale,
Well, okay. Nice.
but I think Leo spent 200 for his.
You have one? He has one?
Bob, I'm waiting for him to answer.
Oh.
Bob 209 Control wants a group of cool small cories. What do you recommend? Well, there's only like 3 small cories that you can get. So the Histatus, the Habrosus, or the Pygmaeus. If you're lucky enough to find Aspidorus, I would go for Aspidorus. Leo says I got mine for 150.
Don't get Mbunas. Just kidding. If you want to get them. 10 for 80. I mean,
That's
okay.
I mean, only you would know if that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Like if you're willing to pay $8 a piece, sounds pretty good to me, unless they're like half-inch fry.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's why it's called SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma.
That's exactly.
My friend flies for Alaska and he flies out of SeaTac. He's going to have a baby. My friend who's a pilot, him and his fiance are having a baby. Pretty exciting.
Well, cool for him.
I know. I thought so. He's very nice. I got mine for 150. That's good. God, what is this?
If I'm spending that much, I'm just getting a lychee.
I like lychees.
Even though lychees are like 300, but still.
I'd still, yeah, a lychee would be better. But again, these animals don't do a whole lot. I mean,
yeah, a lychee might be the most boring.
You want an active animal?
Gecko.
You get skinks. Not a blue tongue skink.
The only cool thing about a lychee is its size and how it looks.
They look like their
Otherwise,
skin is too big for them.
They just sit on a log and never move.
Yeah, they look like a log. Like they literally want to be a log.
It is very cool having a gecko that's the size of your forearm, but again, they just don't do anything. Lychees can be jerks. You have to keep them singly.
The Tacoma aroma.
Yeah, we don't stop in Tacoma. We just drive through it. We had to stop once for a bathroom break, and it was the worst.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Do we stop in Tacoma?
It's where we stopped at that store that only sold drinks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not like alcohol. I mean, they had alcohol, but it was a giant store the size of like a grocery store, and all they sold was beverages. And she's awake.
Damn it. Thinking I don't have enough light, your opinion? What?
I don't. Oh, I've been experimenting with Indian mudskipper setup. Been using macroalgae to decorate the cave with utter fail. Yeah, I'm not a macroalgae guy.
I have no idea.
I've spent 0 seconds researching macroalgae. I don't know. It's just never interested me yet. Not saying it won't in the future, but right now, don't care. Sorry, my friend. Oh yeah, obviously the type of species also indicates if it is a good deal or not. So which kind of Mbuna? Because you could go to like PetSmart and buy Mbuna for $5 when they're on sale.
Gosh, she couldn't even stay asleep for an hour. My Chihuahua moves around.
Were the restrooms clean? I don't know. You'd have to ask her. I just bought a drink.
I think they were fine.
Yeah, they were locked. Of course, everything at Tacoma is locked. So
everything, most places are
it's
locked.
easier to keep them clean when you don't allow the riffraff into the bathrooms.
No one's allowed to use the freaking bathroom unless
you're not doing
ask.
drugs in here.
I'm sure they were at one point, and now they're locked. So they did. Interesting. I don't know why I'm hoping she'll back to sleep.
A lychee would probably have to be free for me to keep it. I don't even think I'd pay $20 for a lychee.
I don't even think I'd want one if someone gave it to me.
And I used to love them. I've had them.
I don't know.
The nice thing about a lychee is it is a good investment because you can usually always sell them for more than what you pay for. But animals should not be investments.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. You want to look at the new fish? New fish list? Or you can look at whatever.
Is that new fish?
That's as of Friday.
Oh, I guess so. The kid's malfunctioning. All right, so let's see what we have here. So, I really think people don't keep enough Latacara. I know we've already talked about that today, but I'm just looking at this right now. Why would you not want a Latacara? They were the perfect size. They get like 3 inches, 3.5 inches. They look like little, like, I don't even know. It's just the shape of their body that does it for me. I think that's with all Acara, though. I think that's with all of them. My mud skippers had to stay between 0.007 and 0.1014 specific gravity, and therefore I couldn't really do any macros or even breed neorites because they typically need high teens to almost full salt. There you go. Helpful information. Thank you, Zen. Once I drove from Kirkland, Tacoma to pick up a kitten. I was shocked when I got there. Yeah. I don't love a lot of places there. I don't love a lot of places here. I mean, there's plenty of crappy places in California too, but yeah, there's no reason to stop there unless you have to pee really bad. Anybody who is not a real breeder, and I think you know what I mean when I say real breeder, anybody who is not like already established or has a significant operation where they're trying to ethically breed animals to make a profit on a large scale, you're not a breeder. You're a backyard breeder. It's the same thing like with dogs. Like, you're just a backyard breeder. You're going to get pissed off that somebody doesn't want to buy the like 3 sets of whatever you bred for a ridiculous amount of money. Like, it's a depreciating asset if you really want to look at it like that. As soon as you get it, it's worth less than when you paid for it. There's very few reptiles that it goes the other direction. So advertises in mixed family, probably the same generic Mbunas at PetSmart stocks. They're usually like $10 a piece. From what I've seen, $9.99. I don't know. It's if they're worth it to you, like I think $80 for 10 fish is in general not a bad deal, regardless of what it is, if it's what you want. But only if it's what you want. If you're just looking for a good deal, that's probably not the best thing to, you know what I mean? Like, if you're just like, oh, that's a good deal, I'll get it. No, I would say if you really want them and you know what you're getting yourself into and like what they are, then yeah, get them. It's not a terrible amount of money for that amount of fish. Anyone know who may sell Jingu kitty tetras? Oh, you know what? They used to have those at one of my local fish stores all the time, the kitty tetra. I don't know who has them right now. Let me see if I can. I'm at a weird angle, so forgive me. I'm like trying to get in his face. Kitty. You want specifically the Jingus, though. Juina, Tellus Pyrrhus. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can look it up on my phone. I don't know. I haven't seen them for a really long time. I have not seen them for a long time. I used to see them all the time, though. That's what's crazy, is some things like that where they used to be so prevalent. I'm seeing them at multiple places, but they're not Jingu. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Tacoma makes me sad. That's where I was born and raised. Oh, I feel like that about a lot of areas around Sacramento, Dave. It makes me kind of sad too, to see how bad things, like the area I grew up in, the Arden area, used to be really like nice, and now it's not. And it makes me sad. Yeah, Nashville does suck. I know a bunch of idiots from like Sacramento who moved to Nashville. I'm sorry. We dumped a lot of our people on you in Texas and Idaho. The dumb ones who couldn't hack it here. No, I know some people move for legitimate reasons, and I don't want to hate, but like, Oh yeah, for sure, no problem. I love to hunt for a fish. It's one of my favorite things. Fish hunts. Look at those jelly bean tetra. Jelly bean tetra are super cool, and they're really, man, their prices come down too. I think they used to be like $12.99. Oh.
Quick like.
Hey, baby. Hi.
What are we talking about? Where are we at?
We were just, I was trying to find Jingu Kitty Tetra for...
Did you get 100 sales while I was gone?
Yeah, that's...
Nice. Why is Tacoma bad now? Tacoma's been bad for many, 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 many years.
Oops, I didn't do that very well. That's okay. That's okay.
Back from supper, blanket hellos. Back at work in the warehouse.
Oh. Oh, you're gonna put her in there. Since we all have a cold, the child is staying with us today.
You haven't said hello in a while.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right on cue.
Whoa, it got dark.
It did get dark.
That's
It
crazy.
doesn't look terrible though, but it did get dark. Oh, it is Jody. Jody in the chat. Yeah, hi Jody.
Mm-hmm.
Back from supper. I love that you call it supper. Yeah, she probably looks very different from the last time anybody actually saw her up close, and she does that all the time now. Now she likes to fluff with everything, huh? What happened?
Ted Bundy grew up in Tacoma. Yeah, many serial killers from Tacoma, actually. Washington is kind of famous for its serial killers.
Hi. Your face is a mess.
Have I ever heard of people successfully growing macros in anything but reef conditions? My research says it's not likely, but maybe it's possible.
My wife's sister lives here. Mm. Yes, here she is in the flesh.
Oh, we forgot to turn the light on back there. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. I didn't turn that one on either. I can go turn them on real quick if you want.
That's fine.
Can you price you for my experiment? I bet. Here. Here. Can you hold that?
She's a real person now.
Yeah. She does things and wants our phones all the time.
Can you wave?
Say hi.
Oh, you got something.
Oh, here. Wave.
Wave.
Sadie, look.
Wave.
Can you look up there?
There you are.
She's like, what? Hi.
I think the dogs are distracting
Hi.
her.
Yeah, she always pays attention to what they're doing. Can you run?
Almost a wave.
Run? What, from that? Hi. You clap? Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. No, she'll
Puppy.
wave like when we
Thunder
walk out
dome.
of a room. That's what happens.
Mm.
God, they're so, it's always everybody at once. And I'm just like, oh my God. Everything at once. Now the stream is fab. Well, I guess you just made it better. Oh no. Broke the mic. She does look like Cindy Lou Who.
I don't know who that is.
From the Grinch, the Who's, the people he steals from with her little hair that sticks. Everyone says that. I love it because who doesn't love the Grinch?
Already a podcaster. Yep.
Yep, she wants to grab all that kind of stuff. What do you see, sis?
From Bobby is from Washington. They make serial killers.
Oh, do they?
The Green River Killer, Ted Bundy. I'm sure
I
there's.
thought the Green River Killer was from California.
I thought he was from. He did his killing in Washington. That's where he became a serial killer.
I'm just curious where he's from. Oh, he's from Salt Lake City. Kind of far from home there, buddy. She was a real person when she was a zygote. Yep. Yep. Hi.
Just kidding. Pull it back.
I was going to say, how are you going to do anything?
Let's see.
Sadie, why don't you tell them what fish to buy? What fish do you want?
You did get a sale while we were gone.
Now that we have cichlids, it's so fun. Again, because when she was really little, we had them. But now that she recognizes things, when I take her in there, and you can just put your hand on the cichlid tank and they all come up, she loves it. It's so cute in the morning. Hey,
Oh,
Missy.
you're gonna just pull that right to you, huh?
Yeah. She's good at that. No, it looks exactly like him. They look so much alike. Everyone says it. My mom's always like, she makes this face at me, and I'm like, hi, Bob. Because that's exactly how she looks.
Get back.
What are your eyeballs?
Somebody really stinks.
What are your eyeballs doing right now?
Is that you? I just changed your diaper. Oh, not you.
Gross. You gonna put her in there?
See how she does.
She is standing up and stuff, like not on her own completely, but she's pulling herself up and standing on everything, and it's like, I don't know, it's pretty funny. She's just all over the gosh dang place. I used to play in the Green River Gorge. I'm glad you're alive. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, she'll be 10 months in December. Yep. Oh, it is December. Yeah, in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, like a week and a half. Yeah, wow. Yep, she's almost a year old. That's crazy. I'm so like not the type of person that everyone's like, what are you gonna do for her first birthday? And I'm like, I don't know. She's 1. She doesn't care. I mean, like, I'm not gonna give her. My sister had some ridiculous bash where like my mom's best friend dressed up like a clown. We had a bunch of carnival games. People could freaking win goldfish. I'm sure parents loved that, of the children that were there. Yeah, she's got flares on. I love those pants. I just got those. Oh, that's really sweet.
That's really nice.
She's gonna get so much shit this year. I don't even want to. My sister already bought her like a ball pit. She's all, Sadie, you want to see your present? She like showed it to her. She's like, she won't remember. It's fine. I was like, oh my God. It's true. She's got a ball. I don't even know with like my parents, because like my dad's girlfriend buys her stuff all the time. My mom buys her stuff all the time. His mom buys her stuff all the time. And then my cousin's
Thank you so
giving us
much,
a bunch of
Raven. That's
hand-me-downs.
very much appreciated.
That's really very nice. Yeah, time does fly. It's flying by. I was
almost
just
a year.
telling him that everyone's like, you are gonna miss the newborn stage. I'm like, I don't fucking miss the newborn stage. I would never want to do that again. But right now, I will miss this because she's fun right now. She's very fun. She's learning things. She's copying stuff. It's so funny to see her do something. Like today, I handed her a paper towel, and she leans forward to the coffee table and starts wiping it. And I'm like, you know what? I am constantly wiping everything. So I'm sure it's because she sees me wiping stuff. I'm like, that's crazy that you're that young and those synapses are firing like that. Just wild. She's already cleaning. Good for her. Making a mess, but cleaning. Yeah, she's eating. Starting to eat food. All kinds of stuff. Pretty crazy.
Kenny says, just looked it up and didn't realize Washington has quite a few serial killers. It's the rain, man.
It makes them crazy.
Yep. It really does.
It made me crazy. Like, and it wasn't
too much.
Jesus. It wasn't even the rain. It was like just the wetness. The rain I like. If it was just rainy, but it's not rainy, it will be like muggy and wet and warm, and it's just strange. Put a heating light over her playpen. Yeah, we can watch her in real time.
Once we move back to the state, we're definitely going to have a large shell dweller, hillstream loach, and large nano community rasboris set up. 4 more large tanks. Any suggestions? Shell dwellers, hillstream.
Large tanks, cichlids, geophagus, earth eaters, Satanoperca, Biotodoma, Guyanacara.
Janice,
all that
hello,
kind of stuff.
63 months.
Janice. And throw a reptile in there.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You're probably sick of that.
I know. I bet anybody named Janice is like, shut up, idiots.
Just like I'm sick of Bob the Builder, SpongeBob.
Oh my God, everything's Bob. Everything is Bob. Literally every store is named Bob something. I have nothing.
There is.
What do I have? A weird artist.
There is a Bob's Discount Tropical Fish and Loan.
Oh yeah.
Bob's Discount Tropical Fish and Loan.
If you need a loan and like a new fish, go see Bob. I bought my niece a teddy bear when she was just a month-ish old. She still has that teddy bear. Oh, she's 4 years old. That's really sweet. That's nice. Yeah, I had a white blanket that I took everywhere with me, and I had
Bob's
this.
furniture. Yep.
Yeah, I had this big giant elephant that was like bigger than me when I was little. He was called Jumbo Love. It was actually an '80s like. It was a line. He was an actual like brand name, Jumbo Love, and it was a big pink elephant. And I had it for up until I was an adult. Like I lost him recently. I feel bad, but get out there, you turds. Oh, good. You guys get to hear what I get to hear all damn day. That is burned into my brain, the toy she's playing with. Oh, I hope you don't hear it. Yes, Bay Area. Sacramento has the vampire killer. Richard, what's his face? Why can't I remember his last name right now? He would knock on people's door. Actually, it was in my neighborhood, like my mom's neighborhood. It was like 5 minutes away from my mom's house where he would kill people.
Any other suggestions? Rainbow fish, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, Geos. Any other suggestions? Oh, did you hear all of them? Geos.
Everything you said was geos.
Satanoperca or Satanoperca?
Same thing.
No. Biotenoma cupido. Cupid cichlids. Not the same thing.
They're all
you're
the
so
same
obnoxious.
genre.
Anastomus turnetzi.
They're
Red-lipped
all
headstanders.
They're all geo adjacent.
Bujerkina vittata. Bujerkina onolamus. Equidens mete. Equidens diadema. I'm trying to think of more there. Those all swim in the mid column. They don't earth eat. My daughter is 16 and still has a stuffed animal tiger. I bought her in Germany when she was... Oh, Ross, what is it like to have a 16-year-old daughter? Because, I mean, I was someone's 16-year-old daughter, but, like, I just think about that, and I'm, like, stressed out already. We can't see behind Bob, so it looked like he opened the back door and told Sadie to go outside. He would.
Yeah, go mow the lawn.
Yeah, go do something.
Scoop up dog
I was
poop.
going to say, go pick up poop. Turns out bloodworms don't actually defrost if you only think about taking them out of the freezer. Yes, that has never worked for me, Nancy.
Are Nanochromas transvestitis good community fish? Yes.
We have right now the Tugelsi, and I think they're beautiful now that they're actually coming out more.
The first gift I remember getting was a
What?
stuffed animal, a seal. I love it so much. I was 5, I think. I wonder, like, what was the first
LFS
gift
is
I can
selling
remember?
Everglades sunfish for $30 a fish. That's a lot.
That seems like a lot. Isn't that just the pygmy sunfish?
Yes. That's what we had, the Everglade eye. That was what we had. They should be like $12. It's the teenage high school. Yeah, that's what
That stinks for everyone.
It does, for parents
all
and kids,
times.
because you just want to beat kids' ass and you can't do that. So you have to just
I just remember, like, one day my sister hated her best friend. The next day she was her best friend
I
again. The
didn't
next
do
day they
that.
hated each other. The next day they were best friends again.
I was not that. This is I left traditional high school to do independent study because A, I wanted to work, but B, I did not have time for that shit. Like, my friends were my friends, and that was it. There was none of that back and forth bullshit.
I'm going to be sitting on a porch with a 12 gauge. You got that right. You're not too far off there, my friend.
She's not allowed to do anything. That's just the way it's... Or I can go with her, and he can go with her. We can go with her, but she's not doing... Like, I already know what you're going to try and do, so don't.
What are you talking about? You're talking to me?
If she tries to do stuff. Like, go out.
What? She's going to go out.
No. Not without me. We're going to do everything
You're going to be there on her
together.
30th birthday? Like,
Yep.
You cannot go out.
Yes.
All right, buddy. All right.
Having a teen daughter is dumb. You want to yell at them for things, but you remember doing way worse things. See, that's what I'm... But I also... Yeah, my situation was atypical. I don't know. It still worries me because it's like, look at the world now. What is it going to be like in 15 years? You know what I mean? When she's 16.
a good kid, so it's not that bad. She does have an attitude, and she's stubborn.
Well, I mean,
That's
that can
relatable.
be a good thing, though, for certain things.
I grounded my daughter and paid $500 for driver's training all on the same day. Parenting is stupid.
That's a really good analogy. Like, yeah, that does seem to sum it up. You're in trouble. We're not going to talk, but I'm going to go pay $500,000 so you can learn how to drive and get your driver's license. You gosh dang kid.
I still fight with my bestie on a regular basis. We always get over it.
I never fight with my... Like, I have 3 close friends, 2 that I, like, talk to almost daily. I have never been in a fight with them. Like, in years. One of them I've been friends with for 30 years. The other one for like over 10. Never had a fight.
I'll never do a beta sorority again. It was heartbreaking. Yeah, I'm
Don't do
telling you,
those.
don't do beta
They
sorority.
don't work.
Never do them.
My LFS is selling a pair of Alba Marginata for $150. Does he think they're macrostoma? He's off his rocker for that. They should be like $60 at the most. If they're a collection point, $70. Hey, can't hear myself think.
Yeah, it's getting kind of loud.
Can you actually? Yes, we can have. We can have a shotgun.
Go outside. Go.
They just like to make all the accoutrement for guns and the rules or surrounding them change every other month. It's stupid. That is a lot for a pair of Alba Marginata.
Running water, absolutely.
I would never pay that much. A local fish store years ago was trying to sell wilds for way more than they were worth, and I was like, you guys are not gonna sell these, and they just let them like waste away, and it was really sad.
I wonder if they still have Nanochromis or if they sold out.
They usually always have transvestitis, I feel like. Disagree. Well, I mean, I know what you mean. With mine, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm very fortunate. I will say that I'm not to like toot my own horn, but I'm a very low drama, like trustworthy person. And so like, I don't bring a lot of negativity or like, I don't know. We don't have conflict. It's very interesting. Do they still have them?
Mm-hmm. Paralysis and transvestitis.
Rainbow cichlid colony. The problem with that is once they pair up and start spawning, you've got a Mexican standoff on your hands. My rainbow cichlid, they spawned for me for a very long time, and I had at any given time, I had like 10 to 20 sub-adult to adults, but my breeders were ruthless. They wouldn't hurt, but they would not let anybody get near them. So, and I never do like, a breeder tanks or anything, so. My grandpa taught me how to drive. Probably because he was super patient. But I really, like my friends who had driver's licenses when we were like 15, 16, they always had me drive their cars. I didn't even have a license, but they were like, you drive. To be fair, my friends were shitty drivers and they were smart to let me drive because I was better, but I didn't have a driver's license and I would just drive. Okay,
now we don't have fish questions or reptile questions. So bring your reptile questions, Leo, if you're still here. Haven't heard from you in a while. Caitlin, hello, if you're still here.
Where'd you go? I didn't even see Caitlin. How'd you creep in here? Where is she?
I don't know. Probably in Washington.
Did someone say hi to her somewhere?
She said hi.
Oh, god dang it. Sorry.
You gotta read chat.
I am. I'm staring right at it. The hell, bro?
My daughter just turned 16. I'll be teaching her to drive soon. I'm not looking forward to teaching my 15-year-old daughter how to drive. It's been 17 years since the last time.
Oof. Yeah. That's a long time to go without having to teach some kids to drive.
One of the first times I drove into a ditch. I think I was like 9 or 10.
Oh my god.
I drove my dad's truck into a ditch. He's like, turn the wheel. I'm like, what? He's like, turn the wheel. And I'm going like this. Because I was scared to like jerk the wheel.
Overcorrect.
Right into the ditch.
My friend and I started driving in like junior high because we used to go to this place called Dillon's Beach. We go to Lawson's Landing and they have this little like seaside community there. And so they'd let us just take the truck because it was a manual truck, a little Chevy stepside. And she was so short that she couldn't reach the clutch. So I would be doing the clutch while she was shifting. That's how in sync we were. That's one of my best friends to this day. That's one of the two.
Okay, here we go. I have 9 Scarlet Batis in a 10-gallon. I'm going to add about 6 pencilfish in there.
Yeah.
Yes, but I personally would
10?
do small species like these guys here. They stay really small.
They are very tiny. They're almost like mosquito fish.
I would not do some of the bigger species that you see here.
Gallon.
Ooh, your turn.
What's the matter?
Even though this says dwarf, these are not dwarf in pencilfish terms, so I would stay away from probably those. Um, hmm. Those might be the only ones I would do, which unfortunately is the most like uncolorful ones, but that's what I would do. It's all these other ones, they just get a little too big. You can tell they're much bigger bodied, and I feel like they'd be a little cramped in a 10-gallon. You could do like there's a lot of killifish species that would fit that bill if you wanted to. I don't know if there's any in stock, but like a Norman's lamp-eye killie, the clown killie would be a cool fish. These guys are relatively inexpensive. What are they? 675, and they're beautiful. They're fun to watch. They're super active, and I don't know, maybe go that route. Possibly. I backed up into our mailbox when I was 11 or 12. Couldn't see through the back of the Blazer. Luckily, it was only the mailbox. Well, those are easy to put back on a pole at least. Set it back up. So moat. My other suggestions would have been like Norman's lamp-eye killie. Boy, I'd say even rice fish would be too big. There's probably a lot of species of like rasboras, but I don't know if you're into rasboras. They do have these come with a pretty high price tag, but the dwarf amber barbs is a terrible picture. Those are pretty cool. They would do well there. Maybe like these guys would be cool. These guys would do okay. Actually, these would be awesome in there. The orange hatchet Danios. How much are these? Yeah, $6.99. That's a good price. And these are a lot more orange red than the picture shows on the males. So that would be a cool one to do. I love their upturned mouths. That's why they're called hatchet fish, or that's where the hatchet comes from. But I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. As beautiful as discus are, I do find them boring. They're very boring. I prefer large community fish, maybe some South American to keep autos and cories. Any suggestions for large community setups? Rainbow fish. Rainbow fish get pretty big. Not when I did my test, but she took advantage of my learning to drive. Okay. And those are the ones, the red morph, though. Beckford eye, my LFS. Beckfords are another one that they're going to be bigger than the pencilfish I showed you. But they probably do okay. I just feel like it would look cramped in a 10-gallon. Like a 20 long would be way better for pencilfish. Hey, you. Discus are gorgeous and not boring. Rainbow fish are stupid. Discus are so boring. Like all they do is float in the same spot. I mean, sure, sometimes they school around, but nobody keeps them in a large enough tank for them to do that. At least rainbow fish are active. I don't know. Friendly reminder to hit the like button, folks. Hit the like. Every time you like, it sends out a notification. Embellis only alpha male color up. You know what nobody keeps anymore? Victorians. Nobody keeping Victorian cichlids anymore. I don't like rainbows. They are too chaotic and sometimes assholes. Bob, so you doing a lake tank then? No, I haven't decided. Like I said, Tanganyikan fish are very expensive, even at wholesale. It'd be very expensive to fill that tank with Tanganyikans. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a really good month this month, and maybe I'll buy some Tanganyikans. But maybe we won't, and I'll get some Pseudo McGills. I don't know. Plus, dirt is cheap. I want if I do go Pseudo McGills, it will be dirted, like I've said, and I'm going to do a dirted sword plants tank. Sword plants tank. All sword plants. That's what I'm trying to say. What the world was that? My water is too soft to keep cichlids. Bums me. I don't know that that's true. How soft is it?
Wait, what?
Most cichlids come from soft water. Everything in West Africa is going to be soft. Everything in South America is going to be soft. Central America is going to be soft water.
Yeah. A lot of Asian species or Indonesian species are soft water. I don't know what we're talking about.
I traded my rainbows at our fall fish swap for pygmy cories.
Ooh, that's not a bad trade. Pygmy cories are cool.
True. I wonder why Victorian cichlids aren't popular anymore. African cichlids are not very popular right now. Victorian cichlids have never been popular, but at least you would see them every once in a while. I think the issue with Victorians is only the dominant male colors up. So you keep 20 of them. The females aren't colored up, and only the dominant male will be colored up. So you have like one gorgeous looking fish and then 19 silver fish. And I think that's why. Plus, they're very aggressive. They are very angry fish. Very high aggro.
I was going to say, aragonite can be effective depending on other things, but most of the time it's effective.
What is that noise?
It's the dryer.
Oh, was the door left open? That's pretty loud.
No, it's closed.
Oh, your overalls are in there.
Overalls.
That's what's clanging around.
Yeah.
Janice, it turned out your name is June. Stupid autocorrect.
That's funny.
Shrimp salts can help harden your water in small or large amounts depending on what you need. That is true as well. But again, I'm curious what kind of cichlids you're wanting to keep, because most cichlids, I would say, outside of African cichlids, are going to be soft water.
Or at least neutral. Like, it doesn't have to be hard.
And most need soft water to spawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very curious.
To up my hardness a bit. Get fish to color up better. I admittedly do not like messing with my water chemistry, but I also admittedly lived in a place and now again live in a place where I don't really have to mess with the water very much because I have pretty good water.
Is 125 gallon good for 6 mustache Danio? Yeah, you probably get 8.
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
It's actually a really reasonable size for most people would not put them in that big
and
tank.
They're probably my second favorite Danio. I love their mustaches. It's like a catfish.
Yeah.
In a Danio body. It's very cool. Most Victorian fish swim around saying I'm angry. I do like the way they swim. Most people don't like the way the African cichlids swim, where it's all just
and they dart.
They're just kind of herky jerky, as I call it. I really enjoy African cichlids though. So
no, thank you.
If I have another 125 ever, I might do African cichlids. Not Tanganyikan, but...
I mean, we have a 125, but...
I said an extra.
Oh.
Or my own 125, where I can do what I want.
You can do what you want with that.
You already got fish for it. What do you mean?
My eel went from a 4-inch pencil to an 8-inch hot dog. If slice it. Yep. That happens with eels. That's not a bad size, though. I think 7-8 inches for a spiny eel is my favorite size. Look at the peacocks and the maculus, the yellow-finned, yellowtail.
Oh, I should have grabbed me a drink while you were up.
I can get you one if you want.
I can get it. I'm going to show off my Lake Victorian cichlid tank. Because I like it. And I miss it. Plus, you'll be able to see like the herky-jerky swimming that I'm talking about. Or how their swim style, how it's like stop and go. They're playing like red light, green light.
It's darting. They dart and then they stop.
Red light, green light. But you can easily tell which is the dominant male.
Yeah.
Easily. There's subdominant ones that are colored up a little bit.
Oh, but it's quite obvious.
But it is quite obvious. I still have this rock that's right in the middle in the
Plus,
back.
he is literally pushing the other fish where he wants them. So, like, they're not, look at where they are and where he is.
If you actually watch this, how many views does this have? Whoa, 9,000? That's crazy. It's 10 years old. If you watch this, you'll hear Corey in the background because I was watching one of his videos while I was filming this.
Central American cichlids, yes, they live in harder water. That's true. Because a lot of them come from lakes, not rivers. Eels are awesome, especially fake eels. I love my
Freshwater
spiny
eel setup.
eels.
Maybe I should think about it. Rope fish, man. Get some, like 20 rope fish in a 75 or larger would look so cool. Just a whole bunch of rope fish.
Make sure she don't whack herself on the head with that.
I think I started with like 6 of these. Oh, and it's done. And it's done. Sometimes,
yeah, they breathe heavy a lot, Caitlin. That's pretty normal for eels in general. Spiny, any type of eel, they are heavy breathers often, or they look like they're heavy breathers. The way they breathe is interesting.
imagine having a big enough tank where you can do shell dwellers, rock dwellers. I've done it. I don't have to imagine it. I've done it.
Been there, bought that T-shirt.
Been there, done that.
Jody said they have some Victorians. Pundamilia Nairi.
Hmm?
Jody said they have some Victorians.
I got these Rudy Islands when they first hit the hobby.
Oh.
Very hard to get back
Brutal. Easy, sis.
Here are my African cichlid growouts. Sometimes I enjoy
my favorite subject matter. African cichlids.
All spawned by me.
No, ropefish aren't illegal. We got ropefish everywhere. All over the place.
How old is this one? 9 years
Walt
old.
here has 5 ropefish and a 125.
Really?
How cool.
Awesome, Walt. That'd be fun.
I would like to see that. I'm a fan. Oh, girl, what are you doing to yourself?
Slow down. You're drinking too fast.
Goodness. Oh, he's coming for you. And I don't think he claimed to have a biotope.
Huh? What?
Leo said, "Did you have open water swimmers?" I don't think so.
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, well, there he did.
They're called Cyprichromis, Leo.
Oh, boy. Hi, baby.
Here you go, Leo. Here are my open water swimmers.
As they all huddle together.
Oh, look at the Tanganyika goby there in the background. Leo. But you see you don't see any shell dwellers, but you see the shells.
Makes me feel better. It definitely seems to be worse the day after. But yeah, I could see that. I realize that he eats way more than yeah, they eat a lot, the eels.
That was only 30 seconds.
Mine used to swim to the top and almost jump out of the water when I'd feed. Candy has him right now. Okay. Nah. Dojo, yeah, dojo. I had a dojo loach growing up. I shouldn't have had it, but I had.
I've never kept a dojo loach.
I had a golden dojo loach, not even a traditional. I had a golden. 11 ropes, my 125 leopard tenopoma and Senegal bichers. Wow, how does that go? Are they all really chill with each other? Mitchell, I did a 125 with Maltese, Julies, Sips, and Tang killifish. It was amazing until the Tang's killie started spawning, and I knew I would never be able to get the eggs out of the tank. It's unfortunate.
Here's my 50 low boy when it was a Shelly tank.
A low boy is meant to be a Shelly tank. That is just a fact. I've done a 240-gallon Tanganyika open water rock and shell dweller setup. Still have it here in Singapore. That's cool. I'd like to do the Maltese for a minute, but I think I don't need to do them again. I might try ocellatus again at some point because I like the black ocellatus, but or they're called something different.
Plus, you don't get overrun by them.
Yeah, definitely. She never shuts up. Good grief. Dad. How many? It doesn't sound like she's saying dad. If you guys can hear her, which I'm sure you can. I think she's saying dad.
She's not saying it intentionally.
But she's still saying it.
So it doesn't count.
I say it to her all the time, so she at least
It doesn't
knows
count
what it is.
until she knows what it means.
Okay.
Then it counts.
Well, tell her that. I bet she's pretty proud of herself. It's interesting, though. Both puffer and eel love resting on or under the sponge filter. Not uncommon. This week, the puffer is winning, but for the few weeks before that, it was the eel. Yeah, I've had both my spotted Congos and other puffers, along with my spiny eels, hang out around there. Oh my gosh, yeah. See, Golden Dojos for the win. Not a problem in the 125, been going on for a few years. Probably my favorite tank. Yeah, it sounds like a very fun tank. Very fun tank. Lots of weird fish. I love that. And I love to hear of leopard tenobomas again. Like, I think they're such great fish, and I've kept a good amount, and I love them. Very underrated because they're brown, so people, aren't
Here is a video that pissed off the fish police 10 years ago. All kinds of mixed species in here.
Oh my god.
From all lakes, all riff lakes in one tank.
Jesus. Boys wanted to do a bunch of rams and cories in a 50 low boy. Yeah, rams usually stay pretty low. Very true. Probably should put another in so they both have one, but I'm sure they will want the same one. The only reason there's a sponge filter in there is for them. It's always nice to have an extra seasoned sponge filter. You never know when you might need that, Caitlin. It's a good thing to have. Dang, girl. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure out why when I look at those fish, they just do nothing for me.
Well, that was a pretty awful.
No,
tank,
I know,
to be
but
fair.
I've seen great videos of these fish, of the cool fish from, Tanganyikans and just Africans in general. And I'm like, nope, just doesn't do it for me. And I can't figure out why. Maybe it's the lack of plants. I don't know.
Okay, here's the second ever video uploaded to YouTube by me. My Savannah monitor. Look at that video quality. This was, I think, 12 years ago. Almost. She almost says it.
She says it.
Almost. What do you guys think of Biohome? What's Biohome?
What? Where's it? Who?
Biohome.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either.
Is it like something specific?
Talking about the filter media? If you're talking about the filter media, I never used it. Will you ever get a bigger monitor again? Of course.
Green tree monitor.
I may get a black roughneck monitor
Oh, those are. I would take
one of these
those.
days. It's
I would take
a
one
big
of those.
fat arboreal monitor.
What's the matter, sis?
Is this what you're talking about? Biohome.
Here, you want your bank? Sure. Give me this. You want to hold this too?
I'm not really like all of the different filter medias, like they all work.
Yeah, it's like you're whatever you want. I mean, if you like one the way one looks, go for it. Like it just needs to have surface for good.
All this fancy stuff,
Aesthetic.
like just go buy lava rock.
You could do that,
My son's first word was poo poo instead of dada.
yeah. It's funny. You gonna hit
Yeah,
me?
you are
There you
talking
go.
about this. I mean, it works. None of these things don't work. Like, let's just look at
Some may be more
filter
efficient or
media.
better, but they don't. They all work.
Most of it's not even needed.
Not if you
Like
have
all
a.
the rings, the like, it's just
People will be very adamant about their different types of media, and I'm like, calm
once
down.
your tank is seasoned,
It
you
doesn't
just
matter.
don't need it.
Yeah,
Like
it doesn't matter.
beneficial bacteria is on every square inch of everything that's in your tank. It's in the gravels, the substrate, it's everywhere.
I'd say that the media people who are like big on it must have very large tanks, very high bio loads. Like they're really trying to overcompensate.
Yeah, the only reason I find this stuff necessary if you're growing out like 300 fry
Yeah.
in a small
Yeah,
tank.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Otherwise, it's just not needed. But that's just like my opinion, man. Dude.
Showing Dad your AirPods.
Like,
Good for
oh, it's got the most surface space for beneficial bacteria to grow on. Well, do you have 500 fish in a 10-gallon? It probably doesn't matter.
Oh, that's good. 2 sponges in one. Yeah, smart. There you go. Regina, every single thing in my life that my parents asked told me, why? Why? How come? Why? I still do it to this day. I do it to him. I do it to everybody. I'm like, why? Explain it. Make
It's
me
very
understand.
fun.
I am somebody who it has to make sense to me, and I have to understand a good reason why. And it's just who I am. So take it or leave it. Like it is who I am at the core. So you're gonna. Oh, good. She's gonna.
Oh, Leo, are you still here?
Stop
Here,
it.
this is for you, Leo.
Here, you can hold this. You can see that.
Here you go, Leo.
Here, I'll take that.
Here's my McMaster
No,
I
ma'am.
spawn.
No, ma'am. Here, you can hold that. That's okay.
I think you'll see them eventually. There they are, bottom right. You can see the little grains of sand swimming around.
Don't hit the microphone. Jesus. You can also just put in twice the amount of lava rock for another 120. Yep, exactly, Mitchell. That's the point we're trying to make, and that is very true. Like, you don't need to spend the amount of money they want you to spend. It's one of those things where they got us. You know what I mean? Like, they got us with that kind of stuff.
I will say,
hey, what are you doing?
I understand that we're friends with Eheim now, but they sent us this media.
Oh, I know. I'm interested in this.
That I'm very curious about.
It's supposed to be very innovative.
Let me go grab it. I'll be right back.
It's very. It seems like it'd be very cool. So. No, Sadie, you can't have that. Whatever, rub it in. I think pistos are still one of my faves. I'm gonna have to get more. Yeah, pistos are great. They're such a staple, I feel like, in the freshwater hobby. I think Dan sent me 2 males instead of a pair. Both have fins missing on the top, like they got in a fight. I've seen plenty of male and female pistos fight with each other. If they don't like each other, they don't like each other. Like, it's just one of those things where if it looks like a male or something, that'd be different. But if it looks like a female, they will fight if they don't like each other. Current favorite or most recommended Episto? Bob's is probably the Benshai. I like Personata. But Benshai are amazing too. But I love a Personata.
Okay.
I like their size.
Just so you know, I haven't.
Oh, see?
Did that just spill on my computer?
No, I caught it before it didn't. It went down there on the floor, which I'm gonna have to clean up.
So this is their filter media, which you can kind of see on the picture of the box there. And like again, I haven't researched this. I haven't looked at the science about this yet, but it says it contains the gemstone tourmaline. Is that right? Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Which when come in contact with what does it say here? I saw it here. Oh my gosh, I just saw it. Maybe this is not where I read it.
Oxygen, super oxygen.
Anyways, it's supposed to oxygenate the water as it breaks down ammonia and waste, which I think is a very interesting idea and claim. I don't know if it's true. Again, this could just be a marketing ploy, to be fair. But where did I just read that? Gosh dang it! It's in German. My German's a little rusty. It's more of a Pennsylvania Dutch German. No, you don't. Office? No. Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Abacaxis is very pretty. Yeah, that's a great one. I've always liked Abacaxis.
Tourmaline? Is that what you said?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Mm-hmm.
Tourmaline. Okay, now I gotta look it up. Tourmaline.
That's what's in my flat iron.
Ugh.
Yeah. Which I don't need because my hair is straight, but I curl it with a flat iron, so.
Let's see.
I'm trying to figure out if I should increase my dwarf barb school or get a ton of top billing fish, because I would increase the school always. I think increasing the school makes everything better. If you can just add to what you have, you will probably enjoy it way more than if you put a bunch of, like, I would just increase what you got. Girl, you are... You know what I'm going to do with you? See if I let go of
Do not pull that off there. I already broke one of those.
You're going in the bouncer.
Tourmaline. Wait, tourmaline?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline. I already forgot. I second guessed myself too much. Water activated it breaks down bigger water molecules, releases trace minerals, and emits negative ions or far infrared radiation to improve water quality. Interesting.
All things she dropped here. Okay.
The core mechanism that increases oxygen in aquarium water is gas exchange at the water surface via bubbles, not passive stones. Most scientific hobbyist guidance points to surface agitation, water movement. So again, that's why it's in the filter. That's where you're gonna get the most movement.
Yes, I did say personata. Noah's papa.
Histogramma
personata. Curling irons suck.
If
curled the
your
flat iron for 20
main
years.
goal is to maximize dissolved oxygen, then tourmaline is not the best use, but that's not why we're using it here. Here it's used for filter media. So it does say that it would increase the oxygen levels.
If you put a smaller fish in a 230, yeah, they stay forever.
Very interesting.
That's how that goes. Still blows my mind. Corey's changed up the 800 so many times when, like, oh my God, no thank you. I think I'm going to try and breed them because I'm cheap. Not looking forward to that, though. Raising fry. I'm busy. It's not difficult if you're set up for it. You just need to feed. The biggest thing is feeding and just doing little water changes, like, frequently. It's if you have 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, you can do it. So, yeah, no problem. Personata are a little larger than the average Episto, which I really enjoy. And they have big faces.
They have very big mouths.
Yeah, big front end, which I enjoy.
Which a lot of species do. Like Epistomema cockatoides, if you ever see a full grown male,
big.
We're talking like 4 inches. They have very huge mouths.
It's funny because I rarely see people have them that large because I feel like either they don't keep them or
they're grandfather age at that point when they get that big.
Ooh, God, look at that face.
Yeah, this is one of the best pictures.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, and that is
boom.
That is such a great
They
fish.
do have these grumpy faces.
Look how cute that guy is. They've got a very different shape. They're more blunt in their front end, and I like that. They almost remind me of cribs. Like their front end is very similar to like pelvic or chromis species, which I enjoy.
They probably have the most grumpiest face of all the Epistos, which is very cool in my opinion.
I've never been able to curl my own hair. I can't do anything to my hair except for what I do to it.
I
But
can't do anything to my hair either.
I won best hair in 8th grade, though. Hey, I'm going to ride that out to the end of time. Bunch of 13-year-olds judging their peers, and I won. This is a lot to say.
Yeah, I wonder if that's where she gets it from. You have a lot to say, so does she.
I've raised prey cocks, so I'm sure I can. Yeah, those are tiny little fry. I just wish I had more time, and I need to set up. I've raised prey cocks without meaning to, because I would transfer plants, and all of a sudden, little prey cocks fry would pop up in tanks, and I was like, God damn it! And I just put them all in the same tank.
Why doesn't the West Spot sell them in peas instead of pairs? Probably because pairs are much more popular, and they probably sell faster as pairs. A lot of exporters or breeders also sell them as pairs. So a lot of their Epistos, they come with an even mix. And I learned this in one of our trips there. If they order 100, they usually get 50 males and 50 females. My really old Cockatoides male looks wrong. Their mouth head doesn't stop growing while the rest of them does slow down. So really old ones have the strange proportions. Yeah.
That's funny.
I want most likely to succeed. Hot jokes on them.
Oh, I didn't go to traditional high school for senior year, so I couldn't be part of those votes. But I just remember thinking, God, 12, 13 is like the meanest age of any kids. It's just awful. I feel bad for everybody with middle schoolers or being in middle school. It's a vicious time.
Impish or admirable? Belschnickel is here.
Yeah, it's funny because because it was a guy and a girl, of course, that won for everything. And my friend Ian, he was like a punk rocker and did like the huge spikes, like weird spikes. He won best hair. It's very funny.
We've been wanting to rewatch The Office, but Peacock raised their price. It's so expensive.
I think these streaming services need to get bent because the amount of money that they want now, I'm like, get out of here. Go get cable. Cable is cheaper at this point. And you can sign in. Yeah, but you can sign into all of, like, if you have cable, you can access like everything, like all the like Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah,
like,
if you pay the extra monthly fee for
I didn't have to pay extra. I had AT&T Uverse. I don't know. I just paid like once.
I think they call it Muppet Mouth. That's pretty good.
It does look like a Muppet Mouth. That's very accurate.
I wonder if they wouldn't even let me buy, because we bought a pair of, I forget what species, and then one of them died, and I'm like,
oh,
we'll just say it's like the female. I'm like, I just need one female. They're like, we can't do it because they're all evenly sexed.
Yeah. I mean, there were times where I think they said if they had some dye or something, if they had extras, they could do it.
So at the end of the run, if there was like extras, then they could.
But they can't sell them that way. Like you can't just request it, or else it would throw everything off.
That's what happened to me. I kept finding them swimming at the top. Would move them to a fry tank every day. That's like us with the fire barbs.
Oh God.
We looked in there every day, and there'd be new fry in there.
I still think if Corey wouldn't have said something, I never would have even seen him. Like. I'm so glad he said something, because we had like 20 babies that we ended up without even knowing that they were there, that survived and grew up.
We're shifting. We're migrating.
When I get some zebra acara, I love the shape of them as adults. I have kept a lot of zebra acara. They are a wonderful, magical species that I would recommend to anybody. However, I would say if you can, species only tank. I know that seems weird, but like my females were a little more tolerant, but like the males, he would not even. I tried to put a small rubber plucko in with him, and he tried to kill it within 10 seconds. Heater recommendation:
if you can find an old Eheim Jaeger, like go to one of the club meetings and get one of those.
If you can't, you know what I used to use a lot of, and they never really messed up for me, was the Aqua Tops. I don't know why. Not that there's some great heater, but I had pretty good luck with them too. I never really had them fail. They lasted longer than like any other heater. So if you can get Aqua Top, which is really common, I would try that. They're not expensive either. They're like $25 for a like 100 watt, $20 for 100 watt, something like that. What would you target if you had to breed for profit again? Plecos, shrimp, guppies, stuff like that. Cherry shrimp, bushy nose plecos, guppies, and I don't even really like guppies, but those are money makers. I feel like what I would like to do is electric blue acara because their price point has gone from like when I started buying electric blues, they were like $8. Now they're like 40 for like a 2 to 3 inch. So I feel like that would be something, and they breed themselves. So I think that would be a good one. But if you want the bread and butter, guppies, bushy nose plecos, shrimp. Because those are low maintenance, low space, easy. Oh, you're a mess. Here, she's got her noses. Oh.
What?
It is her beanie.
It can be washed.
Oh.
I don't know. There's none of her white rags are around here.
Here, don't. Here.
It works. I was gonna use
I
your
thought it was
sleeve.
a rag, so I was
Next time I'll just use your sleeve.
Oh my god. I've had good luck with Aquarium heaters. I've used Aquarium heaters. They're not terrible. I mean, all heaters suck, but like, you know, any of them really. I used a Ciche heater once. I didn't like it. It failed.
Yeah. Almost nap time.
Nap time. She's going to bed. You're done, kid.
My Warhoo have spawned 4 times. They do a great job. Eggs are golden color. Day 3, they eat them. Anyone have advice? Pull the eggs.
Yeah.
If you're hell bent on them raising the eggs, then you gotta just keep letting them try. Eventually, they will figure it out. But there are definitely some cichlids out there that take 5-6 spawns before they figure it out.
Yeah, rice fish are definitely starting to gain. Oh, I gave her those.
She's gonna be unlocking and locking the car.
That's okay. That's okay, Greg. No. Oh, anything she could just fit right in her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put that in your mouth. Oh, thank you, Janice.
Rice fish have become popular with so many different strains. Yep. It really, when it comes to breeding for profit, it really comes down to how much profit are you actually trying to make? Because you could do, there's so many cichlid species you could do. If you're really just trying to churn and burn, though, like she said, bushy nose, shrimp, and guppies or endlers.
Yeah, or endlers.
Almost,
live bears.
Almost any live bear outside of
the good ones, like goodyids.
Yeah, like goodyids.
Yeah.
Goodyids.
Well, betas, betas. No, not really. Ink birds are on sale. Good opportunity to add a temperature controller. I had a Higer fail. Of course, you had a Higer fail.
That's what Higer does.
That's what Higer fails. That's what it does.
If there is one I wouldn't recommend, it'd be Higer.
Yeah. Please don't buy Higer stuff. Everything I see on freaking Marketplace is like Higer something used for like $50 and it was like new. It was like $60. I'm like, nobody wants that crap. Get that out of here. Girl, what's your problem? We didn't go on a walk today. I have never done Waru before, but I wonder if they have the same light issues that some cichlids have. Do you always lose the eggs during the night? Mitchell, I kept a Waru, but not for that long. But yeah, I have noticed that at night they become quite lackadaisical about that. So I used to leave the light on like 10% probably for when I had fry in a tank. And I didn't even care. I'm like, at least they can see what's going on, because that really did improve the chances of the fry surviving. And then I'd pull them right before they became free swimming, because it's a pain in the ass to, I will not try and net fry, and it's a pain in the ass to turkey baste a low, loose group of fry. So I'd always wait till the wigglers were like just about to start free swimming, and then I'd suck them out. Unless I didn't care, and I just left them in there and let them get picked off, and whoever survived, survived. Scarlet Batis, good profit? No, and I don't know. Like I would say no, just because they're more of a niche fish. Everybody keeps guppies. Everybody wants a pleco, and bushy nose are so popular. Everybody likes shrimp. It's like a fail-safe thing. Where with Scarlet Batis, like they're not uncommon, but not everyone is keeping Scarlet Batis, and I don't know how easy they are to spawn. I'm not very familiar with that.
If you remember Alexander Engelhart, he bred Scarlet Batis and had trouble getting rid of them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would think. The only higher product I recommend is a Max scraper. Cheap and works good on... Yeah, that's probably accurate. Look at this nutcase. My God. She's wild. I just bought 3 Inkbird temp controllers on sale. They give me some peace of mind. They can still fill too, but at least it's an extra safety net. I am kind of in the camp. Oh, God. You are a menace. I don't know. Like I was saying, to have a fail safe for your like product that should work, but I know heaters are shit, so it's like it's kind of a double-edged sword there. If you can produce 1,000 Scarlet Baddest females, that would be a gold mine. Produce some females and you'll definitely be able to sell them for sure. I miss Alexander. He was cool peeps. Hope he's doing well.
He got out of the hobby, I believe, or downsized greatly. Okay.
So, what are we talking about? Which type of fish eating the membranes? Waru? Waru do. Yes. Waru fried does do that. Yes, female Scarlet Baddest are very hard to come by, and most of the time when people think they've found a female, they've actually found a sleeper male. So females are very rare, and usually stores that get them or people that get them will keep them and try and spawn them or whatever because they're very rare. Aqua Pros, I think he's still around. I'm pretty sure. What's his name? Mike? Is it Mike? I feel bad. I can't remember. I know he knows him though. I think he still does stuff. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Oh, she is unhappy. Do you want me to go in there? I don't care. If you want to go in for a little while, I don't know how much longer. How much longer are we gonna go for?
Till whatever.
Oh, you guys still into this? Whatever happened to Aqua Pros? Whatever happened to him?
He's on Instagram now.
Mike, is it?
Yeah, he's on
Mike.
Instagram.
He's on Instagram now. He does Instagram. He's an Instagrammer. More of an Instagrammer than a YouTuber, apparently. Do you think swordtails can be somewhat profitable? I think that the people that are really into swordtails will pay a lot of money for certain types, but I don't think if you are looking broad spectrum to just make profit on easy fish, that's the way to go. I think they can be profitable if you know your area and you know that people are into them, but that's something you have to really do research on. What is popular in your area? Because we were at Splash today. We went to Splash. We needed some, I think, prime. So we went to Splash and he's looking and there's a lot of monster fish there. And I'm like, well, this area, South Sac, it's all about the monster fish. Where you go out to like, Depot area, there's a lot of nano fish. There's a lot of smaller cichlids. There's a lot of stuff like that. And then you go to like, I don't know, Rockland where Aqualife is, and you're back. They like a lot of Africans, a lot of saltwater. Like it just really depends on the area. So if you know your area and you know that people in the area are looking for swordtails, then yeah. But if not, I would just stick with like bristlenose pleco, guppies, shrimp. Mike came back for a sec, but then doesn't really do much content. I think he's more behind the scenes now. That's fair. Has a house bunny. The rabbit took over his YouTube channel. We had a potty trained rabbit that used to hop around our house growing up. It was pretty cool. I think a lot of people aren't much for the gram anymore after it became ads, buy this bullshit over and over. So why would you want to? South Sac property. No, South Sac is the scariest part of Sacramento. We were there today and it's not nice. It's quite, there was never a Nordstrom near South Sac. I can promise that. Did Aquarium Depot get more of the Exoterras? I would assume they did. They usually get, I know I saw the pros in there the last time we were in there, but we haven't been for a while because we've been very busy. Arlo, go lay down. Go. We've been really busy. So I'm in Oh, you're in Pleasanton? Hey. My parents used to both work in Pleasanton a lot. My family owned a business that worked out of Pleasanton. You're not far at all. The Bay can be, or Bay adjacent can be, it can go either way. I think a lot of nanos are popular there because a lot of people are up against size restraints. Like they can't have large tanks, so they can't have large fish. So I mean, there's swordtail people, like I said, there's people when they're into swordtails, they're into swordtails. I just don't know what you mean by profit. Like, are you trying to like trade at a local fish store or find people to buy them directly? What's the end goal? No, Artegu's still freaking awake. I don't even, it's ridiculous. This is like the latest she's never stayed up till December, ever. But then she's been acting very weird in many ways. So I don't know. I don't even like recognize her attitude the last year, or not even year, like 6 months. I wish Scarlet Badass were more popular because I feel like if they were, excuse me, bred more, then we probably would see more females. But there are also just, I'm always curious when I see certain species that are male or female heavy. I know a lot of it has to do with heat. But there are also some species that I feel like there's no way to really account for why one they're so male heavy or so female heavy. Like I feel like my crebensis were so female heavy. I would get so many females and I'm like, what is the deal? Yeah, that's tegus are unpredictable. Exoterra makes better reptile enclosures than Zoomed. No, Zoomed's enclosures are crap. And Zoomed makes good products. I don't have a problem with Zoomed, but their enclosures suck. The glass is subpar. The structure is not as good. The locking mechanism is even more awful. Just for the love of Pete. Yeah, there are way cooler species of Batis. We saw them at the wet spot a while ago, and they reminded me more of like a pistos in size and looks and personality. They're very cool. Um, yeah, the house prices around Presidio, anywhere in San Francisco proper, is going to be ridiculous. Yet they love tilapia. I don't think there's many tegus that don't love tilapia. Yeah, for sure. Yep, the Asamensis. Yes, Mitchell. Those were what I think him and I both really liked those. Very cool. We almost got them. They're very outgoing. That's what blew my mind is I hadn't been exposed to a lot of different species of Batis, and like I was kind of expecting less, and man, they were very, very cool. Oh, Audra. Hello there. Can't stay or buy fish today, but do have a question. I set up a Dean style breeding tank with a 20 long. How you keep the lower 20 gallon of water empty or keep anything in it, like plants? That's a Bob question. I'm not sure exactly how Dean does it, so he'll have to chime in. I mean, I've watched videos, but like I couldn't tell you for sure. And thank you very much for that. And sorry you can't stay long, but it's always very nice to see your face, even in just in a picture. She is the best. I think I've decided that if I can't find a teaching job next year, I'll move out to Cali. You know, we are definitely in need of good teachers here in California. My sister, they've had a lot of people leave and go into more administrative roles in the education world because they were so sick of actually teaching and just the bureaucracy. But that's everywhere. But there are jobs here. There's definitely teaching jobs here. So trying to join the dark side. You live here, Leo. What the hell? I walk by the tank. They come up to the glass all the time. It's more like a curious cichlid than a regular Batis. Yeah, that's what I was saying is I thought they reminded me in looks and personality more like a Pistos, which I think is awesome. There's a lot of good reasons to come to California. There's a lot of reasons to leave California. It's really what your life is about and how you want to live and what you're willing to do and where you're willing to be. So it's not like the nice thing is if you move from Washington, you're not moving to like, a state where there's nothing to do. Like we have a lot to offer here, especially where we are. California had me, but Texas made me LOL or something. Oh, yeah, I've heard all that. I'd hate to be an admin. All they do is deal with the baby. Yeah, but it's like you clock in, you clock out, you go home. It's not like where my sister's at school till 8 o'clock trying to deal with a bunch of shit. So, but yeah, her friends, a lot of them have either left teaching completely or just because it's hard. Here's something you have to be aware of here, Caitlin, specifically where we are in Sacramento and surrounding areas. We receive a lot of refugees. We're a sanctuary city. And I'd say 80% of my sister's children are refugees or their English is a second language to them. And a lot of them are still learning it because she teaches second grade. So when she's dealing with parents, when she's dealing with, they don't speak English, their children are translating for them and they're still learning the language. She has a lot of very smart children. She says she loves the refugee families. They're extremely hardworking and they want to belong here. They want to, earn their own way. They're great people, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Yeah, South Sac is the hood. When we were driving through it today, I said to Bob, I'm like, we're in the hood right now. And like, we were going to go to Jim Boy's and we didn't want to go through the drive-thru. We couldn't go through the drive-thru, whatever reason. And like, I was like, no, I'm not getting out of the car. Like, that's how the cemetery across from where Splash is, someone was shot and killed like in the middle of the day going to a funeral. It's really hood in South Sac. Like, it's pretty rough. Uh, yeah, she can't find a teaching job there. You'll be able to find one here. You'll just be up against it. That's the thing. It depends on what district you're in. Like the Rockland School District, which is about 20 minutes from us, is one of the best in like the country. Like their schools are amazing. Amazing. But then in the area, the school district we grew up in has gotten very challenging. Yeah, we need teachers, good teachers. My daughter's school depends a lot on parent volunteers, not teachers. Yeah, exactly. Well, the elementary school that my sister and I went to here is a public school, but it's not a neighborhood school. They don't automatically, you get into the school by lottery, and it's a very popular school. The only way you are guaranteed a spot is if you have a sibling that's already there. You are then automatically placed. But like my homeschool, my mom was like, no way in hell. So I got placed in this school by lottery because my godmother worked at the school district. So we got in pretty easily. But it's a school that's very sought after and their test scores are really high. And so the parents are basically at the beginning of the year given the option to cut a check for X amount of dollars or be a participant with like parent, the PTA, and help. So like they drive for field trips. We don't take buses. We have private parents that like volunteer and take us places. So not as good as Stockton. Yeah, I just heard about that. That was awful. Ridiculous. I was the admin manager at the cemetery in 2000. Wait, what cemetery? What cemetery? I didn't see. What cemetery, Audra? My family's buried at East Lawn in East Sac. We just drove by it. We live right by it, and it honestly is so pretty. West Texas sucks. I know you don't seem to like their Alec. I'm sorry. Yeah, that is the thing about California. It's giant. You can't really, there's all kinds of climates and types of places to live. And yeah. Oh, you worked at that cemetery across. I'm sorry, the one that I was talking about across. What is it called? I can't remember the name of it. And I just looked at it. Yeah, it's horrible there. Like, I feel for you because that probably made you nervous being there. Yep. A lot of gang violence here in the South area, unfortunately, and the North and South Sac are a lot of gang violence. Stockton is hood. So South Sac, though. I had an officer from San Francisco who transferred up here tell me that he told me that I was like, oh, is it a lot easier for you here? He's like, no, there's way more violence here. There's way more gangs here. Way more for me to do. He's like, there it's like drugs, a lot of drugs, but yeah, we have a lot of violence, unfortunately. Yeah, Sacramento Memorial Lawn. Thank you. Jeez, that was gonna bug me. You, Audra, I feel like you would be so good at that job. You're so happy and like, I feel like you'd make me feel better because I know a lot of those people really need like a hand to be held through it. At East Lawn, they were very good to me and my grandpa when we went in and had to deal with everything for my grandmother. They're great, like magical people. Oh God. Oh yeah. No, I'm out. Nope. I'm out. I'm out. Bye. Nope. I don't ever, especially now, like with her. I never like anything with kids or babies used to make me sad, of course, because I feel like you're a human being that should make you sad if bad things happen to babies. But like now, makes me sick to my stomach. I can't even like. I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it. Ugh. Ugh. Eesh. Yikes. Well, like I said earlier, and I just have to say this again because I'm staring at it. I'm looking at my tank right now. I can't wait to get this thing set up. I have to deal with all the plumbing and everything. It's pre-plumbed, so I don't have to do anything other than hook everything up, which I need to do. But this is going to be so cool, you guys. I'm going to have West Africans all up in this tank, and it's going to be so beautiful. I lived in French Camp for 2 years before I moved to Pleasanton. Yeah, French Camp, my old company used to work there now and again. Yeah, that's terrible. I dropped my sped enforcement because I didn't want to get stuck in a position and burn out. Sometimes it's hard to get out. Currently work as an extended resource room at a paracurrent. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of burnout in teaching in general, unfortunately, especially here, just because, like I said, you're up against a lot and they don't pay enough. Like they pay. So my sister, her district maxes out. You can do continued education. My sister has a master's degree. She went to UC Davis and got her master's. So she's basically maxed out at 100 grand a year. And that's not enough, especially for going to school for that many years, paying that much for a university. Like they they should be able to make more than that, in my opinion. Yeah, I couldn't see it being Gravedigger can weigh in on this for sure. I can only imagine. Bye, Audra. Thank you again for that. That was very thoughtful. Hope we'll see you soon. We'll see you next week, right? At the meeting, hopefully, I assume. After my kids, when I stopped being able to watch horror movies, I can't, and I can't swear they're related, but I'm pretty sure they are. I can't think about that kind of stuff now. Yeah, it's horrifying. It's really awful when you have kids or kid, even one. Well, Caitlin, I can tell you that if you do move to California, make sure you bring your stuff with you. I guess I can tell you it's not very fun to leave all your stuff in Washington. It's unfortunate. Saturday. Yep. It crept up. I feel like we were just there. It's crazy. See you then, friend. What time is it? 6. It feels like it's like midnight right now. I feel like it's so late. Washington is number 4 pay wise last time I checked, and I don't think Cali is all that far behind. Our district maxes out at 125, but entry is more like 70. Yeah, entry there is lower, and it maxes out lower. There's just jobs available here, so.
Let's see. What are we talking about? Fish? Raising a child changed my whole perspective. It is bedtime for her. Oh, I didn't know I changed that screen. I apologize. I still haven't changed my hotkeys. At least you didn't get the song. It is bedtime for her. So that's all it's all too hot in Sacramento. It's hot in UC Davis, Humboldt, or Bust. I don't know where any of those places are. Later, Audra, thanks again for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. And to answer your question audibly for anyone else, I said I would do plant cuttings and shrimp. That's what I do in pretty much any sump situation. Let's see. We'll put chat over here so I can see it now. That's I don't even remember what hockey that is because I haven't used those in so long. This one? Nope. This one? There you go. Number 5.
And now, on with the show.
There you go. Just for you. I don't know. I don't remember. I've got like 7 hotkeys here. I don't remember what the other ones are. I'm not going to test them out live because they could be anything at this point. So were we talking about fish? Fish, fish, fish. Go buy fish. Let's see. Oh, and also thank you for the person that made an order using our code while I was gone. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're here or somewhere else on the internet. Do you use a light source for your plants in the sumps? Absolutely. Yep, you'll definitely need a light. But most sumps are what, 20 gallons, and only half of that is where like there's enough water volume to actually do that. So you only need a really small light. Usually, like I used to use the Phoenix Planet Plus clip-on light, and I wonder if they still even make that because that is one of my favorite smaller lights. Phoenix clip light. Oh, it's the Stingray now, I believe. Yep, they don't make it anymore. That's a shame. But depending on the plants, you shouldn't need that much light because it's not even that much water, right? You got like 5 gallons of water in that little area in the sump. Come on, Fun Sponge, just hit number 7 and see what happens. You made that baby mad. She hates going to sleep. She fights it like she thinks she's never going to wake up again. It's bizarre. This is what I don't understand about babies. Like, you are literally tired. You're rubbing your eyes, you're yawning, you're half asleep already. But then once you close your eyes, you start screaming. You're crying and upset about being tired. Just go to sleep. Like, go to sleep. Just hit all the keys to refresh your memory. Oh, yeah. No, because I'm pretty sure some of it is not stream worthy. You can kick out the grades first if it makes you feel better. No, that doesn't make me feel better. Although I would do it on a member stream because who cares? FOMO is the most real for the little ones. It really is. The geography and climate of Humboldt are amazing, but jobs are pretty limited and tons of homeless and drug issues in towns. I have no idea where that is. Have I tried a refugium type? What's the difference? To me, they're all like a refugium type. What I used to do is make little frags of Anubias and put it in my sump. So I just cut up like little squares of driftwood and then super glued Anubias starts to it and just let them sit in the sump until they got about 6 inches and 4 or 5 leaves, and then I would sell them. And they always sold well at the Seattle auction. Chelsea has no trouble putting Sadie to sleep, and Bobber struggled. What? I don't think so. Even she will tell you that's not true. Humboldt County, California. Someone else mentioned it earlier. I have not learned this place at all. Outside of like a 5-mile radius, I have no idea where anything is, what anything is, what everything's called. There's 84 million ways to get to some place, and we always go a different way, so it's impossible to learn. Ugh, but the weather is nice. The weather is really nice. I still track the weather from Washington, and I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not there. It's like 10 days of rain and 30 to 40 degrees. No, thank you. Yeah, kick out the grays, get to the choppa. No, I'm not doing it tonight. Not doing it tonight. We'd have to start a whole new stream, and yeah, that wasn't the plan to start with, so we're sticking to the plan. Stick to the plan. Leo says, no, we're talking about reptiles. Well, cool. What do you want to know about reptiles, Leo? Bob, so if you got lost, you couldn't find your way home? Well, no, I mean, I have GPS, but... What are we, members? Chop livers? No, definitely not. We're about to hit the 3-hour mark. Do you know how long it's been since we've hit the 3-hour mark on a stream? A very long time. Probably 4 years, maybe longer. If I didn't have GPS, I could still find my way home just by north, south, east, west. It probably wouldn't be the most efficient way, but I could still eventually get here. I mean, everywhere pretty much follows the same rules as far as street names, street numbers, things like that. We don't get a stream today. I'm going to cry. No, we decided to do like a marathon stream instead of 2 smaller streams. Great group of people in here. I agree. I don't think it's tracking it right because it says we've been at 65 people for like the last 45 minutes. And I find it hard to believe that no one has left or joined. Regina says my palmetto corns are the sweetest, cutest, most adorable snakes ever. Corn snakes are cool. I just don't think I'd ever keep one. I do like playing with them and looking at them though. Alex says, Leo, hope you do the electrician apprentice with your uncle. You should do that. Why wouldn't you? Doesn't even an apprentice make like 40 or 50 an hour? And it's super easy. It's 3 wires. That's it. How easy is that? Bob would have to tap into his woodsman survive. No, I might be getting rusty though. I might be getting rusty. Mine says 70. Okay, so mine's been frozen at 65 then. Plus, members gets rid of a lot of people that might want to use the code CyberSteen at the wet spot. And that's a big part of it for sure. They were kind enough to give us our own code instead of leaving us hanging like other places. So, we want to show love to the wet spot because they show us a lot of love. Need to talk to him this weekend about it. I mean, if you have an in, I understand I'm not an electrician, I'm not an expert, but I have now wired my own panel, my own house, and it was scary at first, but I've done 12 volt for so long that only dealing with 3 wires was a breath of fresh air. Because in cars, when you have like wire harnesses that have like 28 wires in them, and you have red and red blue and red green and all these different variations of colors, and it can be kind of a pain sometimes. Electricians make good money. People just look at it as a dirty job. Well, dirty job, electricians, plumbers, like all that stuff. I mean, all blue collar jobs like that pay really well because a lot of people don't want to do it. I don't want to do plumbing. That doesn't sound like fun at all to me. But electrical wasn't that bad. 'Cause I mean, honestly, it was pretty fun to learn. Probably because it was easy to learn, but still pretty fun. The Lost Coast is NorCal. It looks like a very interesting place to live. I will say it was a real shock driving to California and crossing from Oregon to California and seeing the mile marker at like, what is it, like 800? That was, oh, I was like, yay, we're in California. We're almost there. Nope. This drive in California is going to be longer than the drive in Washington and Oregon combined. What's your guys' favorite bacteria for cycling an aquarium? Used media. We don't buy bacteria in a bottle because I don't think it works. I think a large majority of the time it does not work. And it's an excuse to make us lazy as fish keepers. I'm going to piss a lot of people off by saying that. We got into this conversation last week. A lot of these companies use terrestrial bacteria and not aquatic bacteria. And I don't know. And it's also very inconsistent. Again, you can have some bacteria that's been sitting in a warehouse for a year. It's obviously, not going to be ideal, not going to be fresh. Electricians have to go into attics and oh yeah, the crawl spaces are definitely not going to be fun at all, for sure. There's obviously very dirty parts about that job. But if I was an electrician, I would own my own business and I would be able to pick. I'm like, I would no, I'm not doing that. Oh, you want me to wire this shed that you just built? Sure. You want me to go in your attic or in your crawl space or crawl through rat poop? I've had to do that in IT running new Cat 5 cables, literally crawling through rat poop. And it's not very fun. I always laugh when people call the Bay Area NorCal. Yeah, like they consider Sacramento North California. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not. It's not. We're not in the north. I don't. Yeah. I don't get. I don't get this state at all when it comes to that. Like LA is Southern California. How is that Southern California? No, it's not. No, that's not very good. For a new tank, if you don't have media, patience, my friend, patience. Let it cycle naturally. I understand it's a new tank. We want to get fish. We want to get it in there now. We don't want to wait 4 weeks for it to cycle. But it's honestly, it's just the best way. Plus, this hobby, more than many other hobbies, you need patience in this hobby. And that's a good way to start uh, getting used to being patient, I guess, because a lot of us are not patient anymore. We live in a world of instant gratification. Patience is a lost virtue these days. Got to be patient in this hobby. Oh, this is clearly a bot. We will remove. Haven't had one of those in a while. It's the old fashioned way. Put small increments of fish food, let it decay. It takes time. Yes. And you don't need filter media from another tank. You just need stuff. Again, beneficial bacteria grows on everything that's in the tank. So if you have, this is why live plants are huge in my hobby and what I do with this hobby because they'll absorb ammonia. There will also be beneficial bacteria on plants. Take plants out of an older tank, put it in the new tank. Take hardscape out of an old tank, put it in the new tank. Also, get yourself some test strips. People think test strips don't work and that they're crappy and that you need a $40 liquid test kit. Test strips work just fine. Get some test strips. How often for the fish food? Also, again, this is what you need the test strips for, my friend. Yep, I have a ton of plants. So if you have a ton of plants, for me, I know what. So if I'm putting like, let's just say I'm setting up like a 20 long and I'm gonna throw in like 8 rice fish. I know if I throw in a handful of floating plants, it's gonna be just fine. I don't have to test it. I don't have to wait for it to cycle. It's gonna be just fine. Now, I've done it a million times, so I'm very familiar with it and how much plants or hardscape from another tank can I put in there. Um, that's just what you learn from being in the hobby. But there's lots of people that do it that way. Just throw in plants, throw in some substrate from an old tank, wood, and again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Get some test strips. It'll answer all your questions. New York, NY, I'm assuming is New York Sports says I waited 6 to 8 weeks. Usually all my tanks have plants. Yep. Live plants. They've come a long ways in the years. They're much easier to keep. Um, 10 years ago, when I first started YouTube, people were afraid of live plants and killing them, but it's a lot easier these days. Electrical is for the most part an indoor job that you can stay clean. It doesn't beat your body as bad as other trades. Good job. Yeah, absolutely. Regina says, I challenge any AI or robot to do my job. Never going to happen. Sharp shears, blades on a silly moving pup. That would be a bloodbath. Yep. AI is going to replace YouTubers. AI is going to replace a lot of YouTubers. Luckily, this hobby, a lot of people want personal experience, which you can't get with AI. So that's the advantage of this hobby. But we already see people using AI thumbnails. I've done it as a joke a couple times. AI editing is awful for our hobby because AI doesn't know fish. Not yet. It will, but right now it's just anything AI in the fish community is awful right now. But it'll get there eventually. It has to. I'd say we're probably about three. Someone could clip this. Clip this. I'd say we're probably realistically about 3 years away from YouTube changing to instant on demand content. So you tell it what you want to watch and it'll instantly create a video um, and play it. It's not going to search through 1,000 YouTubers that have uploaded videos. It's just going to create a video instantly. And that's where we're going. Next question, should I add nearite snails before any fish? You can definitely add snails sooner, but I'd still be careful. Again, test kits, test kits, test kits. Have you seen all the people that are losing their minds and believing AI is a real person? What's sad now, and I admit I fall for it sometimes too, is all the AI generated content that people think is real. Like some of it is so obviously fake. Petco before COVID used to have driftwood in all their tanks. I bought a few, and my tanks cycled quicker. That's I think I've been to the Petco here like twice, and I don't remember. But our Petco in Washington still had wood in all their tanks, and they had like Nubius on wood, and even like some in limited numbers like Boost on wood. The crazy thing about AI is they don't even know how it works. Like that is what's truly scary. They have no idea how AI works. Electrician is still considered a dirty job. Yeah, I would agree with that, and it certainly still can be. Again, it just depends on what you want to focus on, though. Like I said, I wouldn't be crawling through attics with black widows and you know, it's yeah. I don't want to do that. But wiring a new house, a new build, not that bad. Do you like our Pecos better or Washington? The Peco we had in Smoky Point was phenomenal. The people were really knowledgeable. The people had worked there for a very, very long time. They got in rare stuff all the time, and the tanks were, unless there was a core set of people. If they went on vacation, and you could tell, you could instantly tell when the part timers were keeping the tanks clean or not. You could definitely tell. I just prefer to order from Boost, Aquarium Co-op, or Daku Aquatics. Also talking about Aqua Pros. Apparently, he's not on Instagram anymore either. So I don't know what happened to him. I don't know where he went. Maybe I can find out real quick. Let's see. Didn't we learn from the Terminator about AI robots, or iRobot, or any Battlestar Galactica? Like, I think Battlestar Galactica is probably the most realistic as far as being taken over by robots. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I don't think the term "dirty job" has a negative connotation. I just means it's a job that you get your hands dirty. All but two of my plants are from the co-op. That's pretty cool. I just got some really nice Aponagitans from Daku, Two Madagascar Lace, and Bolivianus. Great plants. I've never even heard of Daku. Now I gotta look it up. It's just Daku Aquatics. Whoa. Daku Aquatics. Mhm. Shop plants. Oh, plant packs. Those are the worst. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like not knowing what I'm going to get. I do like seeing a bulbitis. That's pretty cool. Not a lot of people selling bulbitis these days. Interesting. Dakota is in Florida. Him and LRB are close buddies. Mm. Speaking of that, whatever happened to LRB's old house that he sold with his fish room? Is that still a thing? I know that dude started a YouTube channel. The guy that bought it. I'm curious what's up with that. That's what, 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. The advantage of being in Florida is that's where like all the wholesalers are. Really cheap wholesale shipping. For me, when I ordered wholesale from Florida, shipping was hundreds of dollars. It was just too much. Way too much. I'm trying to listen. Trying to listen. Who is Daku? Okay, I'm a lifelong aquarium hobbyist from South Florida with a deep-rooted passion for aquatic plants. Here, why don't I just show you? As well as providing ever-growing community with tools and inspiration needed to thrive in a wonderful hobby. And my fish and shrimp are homebred in my 150 plus gallon, 150 plus tank fish and shrimp rooms. Also offer a wide variety of aquatic plants, all of which are homegrown and locally sourced. In addition, I offer top quality booster philandria. See that I don't believe. Oh, or locally sourced. So this is here's the problem I have with this statement. And I'm not coming out here to try to tear anyone down or do anything like that. Locally sourced, sure, because all the plant farms are in Florida, but all the plants are still coming from Indonesia, or Thailand or wherever. Um, so I feel like that's kind of misleading. And again, yes, there's two Petcos in Marysville. The North Marysville is the good one. I feel like that's a little misleading. Maybe I'm too judgmental, but anyways, offer top quality Buscalandia, which are imported directly from Indonesia, right there. I've been in the aquarium hobbyist all my life. Started out with an interest in breeding freshwater fish and shrimp, and spent many years working with various lines of ram cichlids, monocorized fish, neocardinia shrimp, and other nano species. In my opinion, aquatic plants are a must-have when it comes to freshwater aquariums. I'm just passionate about plants and creating beautiful planet tanks. I'm about breeding fish and shrimp. If you can tell, my favorite plant is Buscalandria. I'm an avid collector and importer of the species, always bring a wide variety of share with the community. Of the hobby community and business that I've grown from it. Dedicated to the continuous mastery of my craft and supply high quality plants and fish and shrimp to avoid the support. I post daily updates on all social media platforms. Please take a look and follow. All right. Lucas said he wasn't into it. Into what? Oh, Lucas. Oh, in his fish house. Well, that's a bummer. Like you bought a house with like 150 fish tanks, and then you say I'm not into it. Yikes. And he stopped responding to Lucas's text or contact. Wow. Well, all right then. What? He has a nice fish room. Daku does get large imports of booths. He's got a YouTube channel with a walkthrough. But so like, I don't know. When you look, like nobody is growing Bulbitis deformis mini at a rate where you could sell it online. I mean, right? Like this is definitely getting imported or bought from a farm, which is technically a local source. He's not wrong. It's just a way of making it sound fancy. I bet he didn't have the green thumb that Lucas has, or just can't. Well, so here's the thing. It was like 150 tanks, and I don't know. Even no, I don't think he had auto water change either on everything. He was starting to before he moved, and some of it had auto water change. But that I don't think people realize, or maybe he didn't realize how much work that's going to be. 150 tanks. Lucas was in there from morning till night in that fish room every single day. Lucas is a good dude. Yeah, Lucas is a really good dude. He's in close with Grant, my other buddy who owns Garden of Eater. And Grant is a very nice guy as well. But Lucas is a very cool dude. I've been fortunate enough to hang out with him a couple times. And yeah, he's always fun to hang out with. He's a trip. No, not the fish, but the YouTube. Oh, the YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube is not very fun for a lot of people. That's also a lot of work. Why are my chats different? But they seem to be grown. It's submerged. Also, not a lot of melt or anything from what I'm seeing. So I'm happy. Well, there you go. Oh, my chat is delayed for some reason. So having a really hard time finding Madagascar lace and a good reference, so I might want to try. And they were cheaper than some I didn't know, and I went with it, and it turned out wonderful. Well, Aponogetans don't really. I mean, they die off what, like once a year, maybe. Oh, that's gonna hit. That's gonna cause some issues. You're gonna get some people's opinions on that one, VA. But no, I've never heard of them. I'd be curious, ZS World, how many tanks he still has going because that was a lot of work. Like Corey and I drove to his house, and we were there till like, gosh, like 3 in the morning. I want to say, just going over everything, and it was so much work. I think we had maybe 30 or 40 tanks in Washington before we left, and that was a lot. Going to 150, where most of them are not on auto water change. That I don't know. His ponds were really cool. His outdoor ponds in Indianapolis didn't make much sense, but multiple 500-watt heaters in those during the winter with tops on them. Nothing wrong with hoarding fish. Certainly not. What's it like hanging out with Corey and Dean? It's very fun. Very fun. Um, you have the address. Just do a surprise pop in and ask. That would be weird. While filming, just knock on his door. Be like, hey, I'm here to do a fish room tour. I don't know if I still have his address. Although I haven't deleted the text thread from Lucas for 8 years ago, so it might still be on there. No, we didn't get the address because Lucas was with us. So he just told us where to go. So I don't think I have the address. Florida Aquatic Nurseries has mostly grown their own. Yeah, but Florida Aquatic Nurseries would not sell, does not sell to online vendors. So I don't think that's where it's coming from. But there's plenty of other farms in Florida that do. Fan, it's very hard to get an account at Fan. You pretty much have to you have to. So Fan supplies wholesalers. They don't supply fish stores directly. So you have to be a wholesaler to buy from Fan. Now they do allow fish clubs to buy from them, but you have to be a pretty big club before they'll even talk to you. So I've heard a lot of people trying to get accounts at Fan and be unsuccessful. 42? 42 what? Janice, to be fair, I don't have any fish clubs around here. I just love to hang out with like-minded people. How far are you again from Sacramento? Like driving? I would add shrimp way after adding fish. I mean, I would add shrimp like 6 months down the road. You want a really well seasoned tank if you want to be successful at shrimp. I didn't even know about CBD genetics. I have a male longfin. I want to get longfin offspring. So far, I haven't got any that have long fins. It just could be a genetic mutation and not something that's passed down. But I'm far from an expert on that. But that would be my guess. I've seen a lot of people say like, "Look at this fish," and it's just a mutated. Like it either got like stuck in an egg and it's a short body or a long body or long fin or whatever, and it's usually just a one and done type of deal. 6 hours from Sac, that's a bit too far to drive up for a meeting, I would think. Oh, Tiffany, what are you talking about? Via Tiffany, I met Joey Aquashell shot down. He was very drunk and called me some colorful names. And yes, Ginger Grace was with me and witnessed everything. That's kind of what he's known for. I spent $42 for one Madagascar lace plant. Wow. You says also when it comes to shrimp, I recommend drip acclimate. Depending, if you get them shipped, you don't want to drip acclimate. A lot of the times, you can actually cause problems by drip acclimating shipped fish or shrimp. I don't have any clubs near me either. Man, I wonder how many total clubs there are. Not that it matters. I don't know why. I'm just curious. When it comes to shrimp, I recommend drip acclimate. Always drip. I always drip shrimp, not necessarily fish though. Fish is always a plop and drop. Yeah, that lace plant must have been like 3 feet tall to be $42. That's crazy. Mitchell says Joey got too drunk to come to my fish room when he was in town for a presentation, and I'm okay with that. Well, both of us, Chelsea and I, would still love to come see your fish room someday. I am definitely a fan of the plop and drop. I plop and drop shrimp all the time. So, anyways, but definitely use prime or ACCR as soon as you dump, so the ammonia doesn't spike during the drip. Yep. A lot of people don't realize drip acclimating can get you an ammonia spike. It's still very specific, right? So you would have to have fish pooping in the bag to get an ammonia spike, which most good shippers are going to fast their fish before they ship so that they don't poop in the bag. But even without poop in the bag, you can still get an ammonia spike. It's just more likely with poop. So the Aquarium Co-op forum has a club finder tool, I think. Yes, but does it list all of them? Only one way to find out. I thought I had the website pulled up. Maybe not. At the bottom of the store, let's see. Retail links, local aquarium clubs. There we go. Yeah, you have to click on like every single. Does Wyoming have one? Nope. Wisconsin. Two clubs in Wisconsin. Yeah, you'd have to go through like every state. That's a lot of work. I'm not that curious. I'm curious about some of the states though. California. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. What else would be a state with a lot of them? Maybe Florida? Maybe? Hmm. 1, 2, 3. Nope, only 4. Washington only has one that I know of. Yep, that's it. Oh, Kitsap. Oh, interesting. Alaska. Any fish keepers here in Alaska? No, not a single reply. Sorry, buddy. You're the only one in Alaska keeping fish. Oh, man. Pennsylvania might be a good one. Oh, there's not a list. New York. I don't know about New York. Where's the N? Here we go. New York. Oh, they don't have a list for New York either. Oh, right, it's down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. That's more than I thought. I mean, I know there's a lot of people there, obviously, but it's a more condensed area. What about Jersey? New Jersey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's also more than I thought of New Jersey. It's even smaller. All right. I think we're about ready to call it. If you have any last minute questions, we'll go to 3.5 hours. There's a lot in New Jersey. That's more than I would have thought. But do we even count like the South Jersey Guppy group? I mean, come on. Guppies? Really? Virginia? Huh? Let's V. There's 1. Nope. James River 2, 3. Hmm. Interesting. I guess that doesn't really mean the clubs you were in VA. What's another state that wouldn't have one? Maine? Yep. Maine has no aquarium clubs. Montana? Nope. Hmm. New Mexico? Nope. Where? Nebraska? Oh, there's 1. Oh, it's on band. That doesn't count. Rhode Island? Nope. Bob just I lost my New Jersey subscribers a long time ago. Let's be honest. I lost a lot of New Jersey subscribers when the aquatic experience was there. So, Tennessee has 3. 1, 2, 3. Do I have any other fish plans besides a possible tank and setup outside of breeding? Not really, and I'm still trying to figure out how to at least get a couple breeding tanks going. Um, but as far as like show tanks or community tanks, outside of my one, not really. Chelsea does a really good job of picking out fish, and I like all of her tanks and her aquascaping style. So I'm perfectly okay letting her just stock everything, honestly. They do meetings every so often, but they lost their location a while back, and it's been hard for them to keep going. That's unfortunate. Sunward Aquatics says I got invited to Arid Bog Rocks Fish Room. I need to go. It's only 14 hours for me. I need to just go. Yeah, that would be a fun one. And there's 2 of them there because his wife has a fish room too, or at least used to. I don't know if she still does, but I know they both have their own fish room. Why what, Leo? Why what? Oh, Ohio. That's a good one. Let's check Ohio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's a new record right there. 8. Ohio beats out California, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no, maybe just 7. Let's try this again. The scrolling of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, ties Cal. I totally forgot about Ohio. Good point. Very good point. I grew up in New Jersey and was in New Jersey when I subscribed to the channel. Yeah, I even had another YouTuber tell people to unsubscribe from me because of what I said about New Jersey. I just let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. Why did I lose them? I had some not so nice things to say about the aquatic experience being in New Jersey, and it was very dirty and disgusting and gross, and people didn't like that. But it's the truth. I was literally walking down the sidewalk, and I had to walk in the street because the sidewalks were full of trash. You could not walk on the sidewalks. What's Chelsea's fish plan? I don't think she knows. She's well definitely getting her fish back from Candy, shipped up here. And then outside of that, just planted community tanks with cichlids, I'm guessing. Let's take a quick be right back, and I'm gonna go check. Okay, so the consensus is it's dinner time, and I agree. 3.5 hours. For everyone who was here the whole time, I appreciate it. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why you would stay the whole 3.5 hours, but we appreciate it. Did Chelsea fall asleep too? Nope. It's just dinner time. I thought California was way worse than New Jersey. I mean, there's good and bad parts of every state, and where the aquatic experience was not a very good part. Regina says, "I appreciate you for being so transparent. Very interesting touch with your followers. Wait, I appreciate you for being transparent and so very interesting, touch with your followers. You and Chelsea are the best. Thank you, Regina. We try for full transparency and authenticity, and what else can you do? So, on that note, we are. Ooh, someone's awake. We're gonna go. It is dinner time, and thank you again, everyone, and everyone who used our discount code and got fish today. We appreciate it, and we will see you all maybe later this week. But you know what happens every time I say that, so don't count on it. And yeah, hope you all have a great week, and thank you again, and we'll see you next Monday. Extra thanks for the extra long stream. Thank you.